Is anybody talking? Is anyone talking? The 5 data analytics processes that we talked
Okay.
about.
Hi, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
good
sir.
afternoon. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, Mr. Godwin.
Hello, good
Okay.
evening.
Yeah, Mr. Godwin is talking. He unmuted first.
Shall I go ahead?
Right. Yeah, go ahead.
Where we have data collection,
Data
data
collection,
cleaning,
yes.
data
Yes.
exploration, data modeling,
Yeah.
and data interpretation and communication.
Yeah. So thank you very much. Those are the 5 analytic processes. Everything we'll do in this class would be centered on those 5 of them, right? So we've talked about data collection, right? And I said we're not going to take time on data collection. The reason is simple. It is not usually, right? It is not usually a core activity of a data analyst to collect the data. Of course, it can be when the project is about to start, right? It can be in the discussion, of course. But then in that meeting, the database administrator would also be there. So it's going to work together with the team, right? To generate what will be in the questionnaires, or what would be the kind of data that we need, right? So a data analyst just need the data to be available, right? Something they can go to the database to get. Let's go to the database to get. So I'm not going to take more time on the data generation. I've actually talked about them in that class. Talk about how the ARPs are used to collect data and all of that. But the big work, right? I'm sorry, I have people in the waiting room. Let me accept them. All right, so we're good to go. So the big work is in other processes. Now, even if you have collected your data into the database, it is not always guaranteed that by the time you are fetching out your data from the database, right, it's always guaranteed that the data will always be in a good shape. So many things can happen to your data sets. So that is why the second data analytics process is almost the most important part of data analysis, which is data cleaning. Now, the reason why we need to understand Excel, understand everything in Excel, is for the sake of data cleaning. Don't forget that I explained in our first class that Excel itself is a good database. You can save your data in it, right? And I made us see, the volume of data that we can see on Excel. We looked at how many columns does it have, how many rows does it have. If you remember, we said it has over 1 million rows, right? And you can see it here on the screen, right? I always advise that we try not to join with our phone, right? Because you may not really see, it will be too tiny on phone. So if you have access to the system, please always try to use the system, right? So you can see we have over 1 million data here, over 1 million rows, right? And columns is 16,000 plus 16,387 or thereabouts. We saw it in the last class. So if you do this row times column, that is 1,048,576 rows times 16,387 columns. If you multiply them together, you'll be getting figures in billions. So Excel can take, and that is in one sheet. Excel can take over 1 billion data on one sheet. And also, I talked about the sheets. We have each of them are sheets, right? On your own system, you have sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, except we are using this particular screen that we are using. So Excel has 255 sheets. If you multiply that to it again, you can see the extent of data that can be stored in Excel, right? And that gives us a good explanation to that. So if you have saved data on your Excel, and then those data have issues.
I beg, I need quiet too, please.
Hello? Please mute yourself. You are not speaking to the class.
Hello.
Please mute yourself. All right. Thank you. So we always need to understand everything that we can understand with Excel. Everything you can understand with Excel. So, and that is why we have done well to introduce us to this Excel interface. Now, I don't want to take time here because we actually don't have the time. So I'm going to go straight to the next sheet, right? And next sheet is talking about advanced sorting and filtering. So we are already trying to learn the Excel, right? There are some other things. Sorry, let me actually ask, is there anyone here who has not used Excel, who has not been using Excel before now? Anybody? So just raise your hand. Can you use the emojis on the Zoom? Just raise your hand, let me know. Or if you're not doing that, please just say I. Okay, yes. Okay. And because I have that, okay, you can raise down the hand. I've seen it. So because I have that, I'm just going to do a little bit recap of some of the functionalities of this Excel, right? Now, everything you have to do in Excel, everything you want to understand about Excel is divided into two, right? Everything that you need to know to be able to use Excel very well is divided into two. Number one is you want to understand the functionalities of the functions of each of these tab ribbons, right? We talked about the ribbons and the groups, right? The tab ribbons and the groups in the last class. So you want to understand the functionalities of each of these ribbons, right? Then number two, you also want to understand the functions, the Excel functions, two things, right? And we're going to cover all of that. Now, these ribbons, right? There are so many tabs, right, in Excel, so many tabs, right? But the common one you can see are the Home tab, Insert tab, Draw tab, Page layout, Formula, Data View, and all of that. I showed us a place behind the scene of Excel where you can add more tabs to it, right? That's if you come to File and you come to Options. I click Options. Then if you come there, you will see more, more activities that you can do. And here you see customized ribbon. With customized ribbon, I'm not going to do it. With customized ribbon, you can customize what you would have on this tab ribbon, right? So you can tell data to go away, you can tell formula to go away and be left with Home and Insert. And you can put any of that instead. That is, by the way, right? Now, this is Home tab. Is always the first tab, on every Excel. If you open yours and open my, this is the first thing you see there. And you'll see the groups that are there. You have the font group, right? Font group helps you to change your fonts, right? If you write the font, for example, now, I write Amplified Church. Amplified Church, right? I write Amplified Church, right? This is it. This is Amplified Church under this cell. In the last class, we said that you can name your data are written inside the cells. The data will always be written inside the cells, right? This is a cell, 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 this is a cell. There are billions of cells in one Excel worksheet, right? Now, because there are so many of it, when you have billions of something, you need to be able to identify each of them. And that is why Excel gives us, the ability to be able to name the cell. So even though there are billions of it, you can name all of them. And the way to name them has been made simple. We name them using the column notation and the row notation. These are columns. These are columns. These are columns. These are rows. These are rows. I believe you can see it. So this is column A. And the column A is the first column, right? It's just because columns are labeled in alphabet. So this is the first column, this is the second column. This is the first row. Rows are labeled in numbers. This is the second row. So this particular cell where I've written Amplified Church has a name. So you just trace it with the column and you trace it with the row. Simple. You understand? You trace it with the columns and you trace it with the row. Column come first. So this particular cell is on column A, and row 4. Can you see? It's on column A and row 4. Therefore, the name of this row 4, yes. Therefore, the name of this cell is called A4. You understand? A4. And if you look at this area, you will see that the name will always be written there. I told you in the last slide, this area is called the name box. So that is where the name of the cell will be written so that you can see. So this is the name box. So in that like manner, look at this place that I have, right? Look at this place that I have. This place that I have, you will see that this is under, what column is this? This is under, what column is this cell? Anybody should talk at random. What column is this cell?
P4.
Yes, that's P4. Thank you, sir. This is P4. This is column P, and this is row 4. That's column, right? So at the same time, you will look at this particular column, you will see that the length and breadth of this column is, of this particular column A, is here to here, right? Is here to here. But the amplifier that I've written is wider than that space that is provided. So you can always adjust it, right? I'm not going to spend time on this one because as we are doing more things, we'll be doing them. So I don't want to create a special time to explain them because it can be, you know, it could mean that we do not manage our time well. All of these things, as we are doing other things, we'll talk about them. But then just because I asked some people and I said that some people are just doing exam for the first time, okay? That's why I just had to take time here, right? So you see that the amplified church is actually longer than the space provided. So that's why you can see that I can adjust the length and breadth of that row and make it bigger. And how do I do that? I just put my icon onto the last end, right? And left click and drag anywhere I want to put it, right? And we can see that all that later. But then this is how the Excel look like. Now, let's go to where we'll begin to do work that we need to do today, right? The second sheet is called advanced sorting and filtering. Advanced sorting and filtering. And this is one of the key activity of a data analyst. This first part is one of the things that a data analyst do the most as part of his daily activity. For example, this is an employee data, right? Let's say this is the employee information of ABC Limited, right? Somebody in charge is in the major manufacturing project department. Is an half-time. The work status is half-time. That is, he's not a full-time staff, right? It doesn't come every day, 8 to 9. I mean 9 to 5. You know, he does half-time. We have another person who is a full-time. We have other guys who are contract staff and all of that. This is the hire date, the day he was employed. This is how many years he has spent in that organization, right? And this is the salary he's collecting. He has a job rating, and of course, no, the new salary is still the same thing anyway. Nothing changed, right? Now, we have other guys. We have Alvarez. We have Stone Bryan, right? And then I'm a data analyst. And then they come to me to say that, Oga, because these are daily activities. These are not even generating report and dashboard. So they want to know, who are the staff that we have in the IT department? And we want to see please give me the name of the staff in the IT department, right? One of the things that you need to do, that a data analyst must be able to do, is the ability to work smartly, right? Anybody can come to this Excel and begin to say, okay, IT department, this guy is in IT, and I will note the name. Anchor Harlem is in IT department. Okay, I have noted Anchor Highland, and I'll scroll down. I can scroll down and look for the next IT, and this guy is in IT also. Okay, I'll note the name Ballard Martins, and I scroll down and I look for this another IT, right? I mean, but then how many data do we have here? This is 742 people. Is that how I'll keep searching down the group? What if it's an organization where we have about 5,000 employees? So it's going to take me forever to do all of this. So one of the reasons why we need to understand to use, all the functionalities that we can master in Excel is to be able to work smartly. And this is what I will do. I'll begin to sort and filter. And those are two words. Let's start from the first one. What does it mean to sort? Right? What does it mean to sort? Common English word. What's sorting? Anybody wants to help us?
Select.
What does it mean to sort? Sort does not mean select.
To sort.
No?
Can we hear me?
Yes, sir.
To sort means to group into different categories. To group them category by category.
Yeah, that looks closer to it. Yes, it's correct, but that looks closer to it. I prefer to say that to sort means to arrange. Recall our secondary school days, right? I always use that to explain, right? And we are made the class captain, and they have given you the names of, they have given you the names. When you write classwork and you submit, they will mark everything and pack it to you, right? That's the name of everybody. It's just written anyhow. They now say sort, arrange these names in alphabetical order, right? Arrange these names alphabetical. Somebody is talking in the chat. Arranging in order of demand. Thank you. This person speak the right word I would have preferred, right? Arranging, the person say, if you check your chat, somebody just type in there, arranging in order of demand. That is sorting, right? Sorting means that you want to arrange it in a particular pattern, right? Arrange it in alphabetical order, ascending order, or descending order. Let all the people that this thing start with A, let them come first. Those ones that start with B, let them come first. That is sorting. So sorting means to arrange, right? So now, if I need to sort this now, don't forget that where I was going to is that I want to see the people in IT department. Leave that for now. But let me explain sorting. That is filtering. But let's explain sorting. So if I need to sort now, it means all these employees that is there now, if I have a task to sort them, it means that this one that starts with transcharge. Can you see the first one is transcharge, right? Now, I want to bring the one that starts with A. I want to bring it first. And bring the one that starts with B. Let's have all the names that start with A. Let's have all the ones that start with B and all of that. That is sorting. Now, listen. To sort in Excel, you take two techniques to it, right? One, select any cell within the table, right? Select any cell within the table. I've selected this particular cell now, transcharge, just a single cell. Now to sort, look for under the tab ribbon, look for the data tab, right? This is data tab. And under data tab, if you look at all the groups that are there, you will see a particular group that is called sort and filter, right? Are you seeing the screen? Can you see sort and filter? Yes, sir. Yes. So yes. Now, if you come to that group and sort and filter, you will see so many options. You see sort, you see filter, you see advanced, and all of that. Now, look at this first one that you are seeing here. This one that you are seeing where I'm hovering my mouse, that is sorting. So you see that there are two of them. Is it that you sort A to Z, which is ascending order, or you sort Z to A, which is descending order? Are we there now? So if I say A to Z now, look at my screen. What have you seen around the name? What have you seen around the name? Can you see that it has been sorted? This is Abbott. Initially, this is what we had initially. Transcharge, Burgess Cherries, Cameron Jones, right? But now I have sorted them. Can you see? Now that I have sorted them, I have Abbott James, Acosta Robert, Adams David. That is, I have sorted them in ascending order. If I need it to be sorted in descending order, I'll just do this. And you see that has been sorted. This is Zimmerman, Julian. Starting from Z and Y and W, this is descending order. Are you there now? Now, what I have done is I have sorting in Excel is divided into 3. Are you with me? Sorting is divided into 3. You sort text, You sort number and you sort date. Are you with me? You sort text, you sort number, you sort date. Sort testing, which is the first one, can either be sort in ascending or descending, and that is in alphabetical order. If you are sorting by number, it means you are sorting from largest to smallest, which is descending, or you are sorting from smallest to largest, which is ascending. That is for number, right? If you are sorting dates, it's either you are sorting from newest to oldest, or from oldest to newest. Three ways to sort in Excel. Text sorting, number sorting, and date sorting. Text sorting, number sorting, and date sorting, right? Right. That is what sorting is all about, right? Now, this is if you look at salary, if I need to sort this salary from those ones that collect the highest to those who collect the lowest, right? That is, I'm talking about salary. So would that be a number sorting or a text sorting? What kind of sorting would that be?
Number sorting.
I want to sort salary.
Number.
Yeah, because salary is actually talking about. Thank you, sir. Because salary is actually talking about number. You understand? So it's simple. I'm just going to select any cell there and come here and do sort. This is sort. This is A to Z. A to Z is something similar to lowest to highest, right? And you can see that it has sorted it. This is the person that is collecting the lowest salary, followed by this guy, followed by this guy. If I come here to say this, it's going to change it from highest. So this guy here is collecting the highest. Is collecting 89,000. They are paying well in the organization. So this guy is collecting 89,000 naira. You understand? And like that. You understand? But this is not where I'm going to, right? Don't forget, what our intention is to be able to be smarter with the use of Excel. That is our key intention, right? So working smart with Excel means that you are able to use shortcuts. That's what working smart means. So there is a shortcut for sorting and filter in Excel. Are you with me? Also to filter, we are going to use this. But then let's leave coming to tab data and all of that. There is a shortcut to sorting in Excel. And that shortcut, please put it somewhere in your jotter. The shortcut for sorting in Excel is Control-Shift-L. Control-Shift-L. Have we jotted that? Control-Shift-L. Fine. Now, how do you use it? You select any cell within your table, right? Select any cell within your table, just like I'm selecting this now. Then type Control plus Shift plus L, Control-Shift-L, and tell me what you have on your own screen. Tell me what you have on your own screen. Joel, what do you have on the screen?
It's hanging.
It's hanging.
Nothing is coming up.
Something must be coming out. Please share your screen. Do you know how to share screen on using Zoom? On yours, you will see new share. Can you see new share? Who else has done Control-Shift-L?
There's a drop down.
There is a drop down.
Yes.
All right, thank you. I need another person to. That's the drop down. That's the answer. So I need to confirm with another person. Oluwakemi A. Oluwakemi A. This should be Kemi now. This should be normal Kemi. Kemi, am I correct? Kemi, are you
Normal Kemi, abnormal Kemi.
all right?
Yes, I'm just
All
trying
right.
to open Excel on another laptop. So,
Wow. I expect that to be open. Okay. Joel, any issue with your own? Hello, bro Femi. Bro Femi, are you there? Is Bro Femi there?
Yes, I am, but I'm not with a system. I don't.
Wow. Ah. This is tough. Bro Gbenga, have you done it?
The mouse is running away. When I press control, the mouse is flying. It either goes down or it goes up.
Mouse is.
One is
No,
taking
this
me
has-
to where they wrote filter.
Thank you. Is doing what?
Where they wrote filter.
So what? There's no place, no filter will be written anywhere. Just
And then
select any cell within the table and type Ctrl+Shift+L. I want to see what happened to your own. I'm saying this Lizzie. Sorry, I don't know. I know it will be somebody I know in the church, but I'm just saying Lizzie. So I'm calling by the name I have, on my screen. So Lizzie, please.
Yeah, this is well me.
Sister P. All right, let's go.
So I actually did what you asked me to do, but I don't know. Let me share my screen.
All right.
Can you see it? Can
All
you
right.
see it?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay,
I've
so I
not
just
seen it. You've
selected.
not shared.
Okay,
No, you've not shared your screen. I've not seen your screen yet.
okay.
Okay, somebody said, can I've done mine. Okay. Godwin Idak. Please give us some minutes.
How about now?
Okay, fine. So I can see your screen. You have a drop down, right?
Okay, so this is I've selected. Okay, what do you mean by select?
So don't worry, you've done what I wanted to do. So this is you
Ctrl+Shift+L, right?
Ctrl+Shift+L. Yes. So
Okay.
one way to know that your filter is active. Don't forget I said the shortcut for filter in Excel is Ctrl+Shift+L. So one way to know that it is active is that this drop down that you are seeing on the screen, right? We show.
Okay.
If you press it again, press the Ctrl+Shift+L again. Do it again.
Done.
No. Please select out and select another area. Don't double click. Just select one.
Just one.
Yes. Then do Ctrl+Shift+L. Yes,
It's
you can
back.
see it's gone. Fine.
Yeah.
So you can stop sharing.
Thank you.
All right, you can stop sharing. Please, Godwin Idak, please share your screen. Okay, Joel is sharing. Okay. Joel is sharing. So many people are sharing now. No, Joel, I don't intend to see your tummy. Joel, you can stop sharing. You've not opened your Excel. You can stop sharing. Let's see Godwin Idak. All right, this is Godwin Idak, right? Yes. All right, do Ctrl+Shift+L again. Or Ctrl+Shift+L again. Yes, it has gone. So you can see that shortcut makes you be able to filter. So everybody can stop sharing. Let me share my screen back and let's go ahead. Right. Now, let me know if you can see my screen, everyone.
Yes, please. Yes, you can see your screen.
Yes, we can.
All right. So you can see now. Now, when you press the shortcut Ctrl+Shift+L, you will see this filter, this arrow drop down to show that your data set is ready to be filtered. Right. Now, depends on what you want to filter. Are we filtering names? Are we sorting names? This is actually for sorting and filter, both together. So are we sorting name? Are we sorting department? What are we sorting? What column are we sorting? For example, now, if it is the department that I want to sort into in alphabetical order as from A to Z, I'll just click that arrow on the department, on the column that I want to sort. And once I do that, you will see what I will have. You will see the dialog box that comes up, that comes down. You see sort A to Z, sort Z to A, right? And if it is filter, there are other things to do on filter. We are not on filter yet. So if I do Z to A, then it's going to, sort it from the biggest alphabet, which is T, and it's going to bring it down, right? If I scroll down, you see that after T, we'll get to the next thing. So we have training, sales, and like that. If I go back there and then I sort it A to Z, right? It's going to start from account manager, which is A, right? And then next after it, we have creative, we have E, environment, and all of that. So this is sorting. Don't forget, sorting simply means arranging in a particular order. No big grammar about sorting, right? These are stuff that we'll use too much in data analytics. Throughout our class, we'll try to sort, we'll try to filter, we'll try to do all of that. So we need to understand it in Excel level so that we can understand it better when we get to SQL level. Because in SQL level, we are not clicking like this. We are writing a program. And we need to understand how it works in Excel so that we can apply the understanding. Our mind will carry this understanding to SQL and begin to justify what we have here to the code, to the queries we'll be writing at that time. So that's why we need to take our time to understand it from Excel level. You understand? All right. So this is sorting. So I'm sorting it now. Sorting simply means arranging in a particular order, right? So now, one thing about sorting is that sorting, if you sort, there is no direct way to undo. There is no direct way to undo when you sort in Excel, except you want to say Control Z, that is the general undo, right? So you may not actually need to undo it. So if you actually want to get back to what we were doing before, you can just come and do maybe something like sort it in salary, and I'm here, right? That is how to sort in Excel. If I'm to sort dates, you can see that I said dates. If you are sorting dates, you can sort from oldest to newest or newest to oldest. And that's why the names I have here is oldest to newest and newest to oldest. It is simply because I am working on the dates. If I'm working on salary, that has to do with number. You can see it is from smallest to largest or largest to smallest. It's because it's talking to number. It's only presenting the language to suit number, to suit date, and to suit text. If I come back to what this one that has text, is going to say from A to Z or Z to A. I hope you understand stuff around sorting. They are not big deal with sorting. That's why I don't have any task for you rather than explaining it this way. Any questions so far? I have done mine. Can I share my screen? We've done this. Yes. All right. All right. Any questions so far? Are we good to go?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you. All right. I always need at least one person to talk so that I can know that I've communicated to some people. All right. Now,
Proceed, sir.
thank you, sir. Now, the next thing after sorting is filtering. And this we need more time. And I need us to pay attention. So what is filtering? Anybody want to say something? What is filtering? Normal English. When they say you are filtering, we use that filter. I love filter. So when we say filtering, what are we actually talking about? Normal English.
Good
Like
evening.
to remove, okay.
Yes.
Big.
Okay, let me, I know two people talked the other time. I don't know the people who talked. But the person that said good evening, please say something.
Good evening.
All
Yeah,
right.
to remove, to remove something, to remove debt, to remove unwanted stuff from
Yeah,
something.
filter. Thank you. That's it. That's it, to filter, to remove, take some stuff away, or to say to group. You understand? To group, but in a pattern. That's why I didn't take the definition of grouping for sorting, right? Now, look at this data set that I have on my screen now, this employee data. I want to see the people in IT department alone. This thing is bringing everybody all together. right? But I want to see the people in IT department alone. It means that I'm going to filter, you know, if I say I want to see people in IT department, it means that I'm actually talking about this department. Is that not so? I'm not talking about salary. I'm not talking about dates. I want to see the people in a particular department. So it means I want to filter this department to show only IT. And it's simple. I'm just going to say this is how to filter. After you have done your Ctrl+Shift+L to bring this filtering icon on your columns. It will always come on the columns, right? So I'm just going to say, I'm going to click it, right? Don't forget, you always have to select any cell within your table. It doesn't have to be under the department that I want to sort anyway. Anywhere within the table, just select and come here and say this. Now, this is the area for sorting, right? But what I want to do is filtering, right? Now, I want to filter only IT department. I'm just going to say deselect all. I don't want to see all. I will now go to only IT, look for IT and sort and check IT. If I say okay, we see that everything that I have now, they are the name of people in IT department. So if I need to check information about people in IT department, oh, I'm saying Hancock Harlan is a full-time staff. This guy is hired on the 2nd of July 2007. He collects a salary of 88,350. His job rating is this and all of that. I can see the information available for me from that guy. So if I need to know how many people in IT department, right? Even though there are ways to know anyway, which we've not gotten there, but then you can say from here, if you want to count, you can count. But then that's not the smart way to say you want to know it, right? There are functions that you write and it will give it to you, right? But then this is how to filter, right? If I want to filter, I want to see only the people in the creative department. I'm just going to select creative and deselect IT and say okay. And I'm seeing the people in the creative department, right? In that same understanding, I can say I want to see the people in creative department and finance department alone. I select the two of them together and I say okay. And it's going to give me the people in creative department and finance department all together. And you see, the old table, the old data set had been restricted to only creative and finance departments. Are you getting it? And then if I need to cancel the filter at any time, unlike sorting that doesn't have way to return to your beginning, just come here and say clear filter from department. And if I click it, it's going to return. Any question? Any question?
No.
All right. You know what? No question means that you can take my question. I mean, that's what it actually means, right? And obviously, I'm gonna ask a question. But before I do that, if I come here also, I can now come here to say that I want to see employee that their name starts with only the employee that their name starts with B. That is the question is what am I filtering, right? I'm filtering name. So I need to speak to employee name. I mean the employee name column, right? Then I'm going to select this, right? And I'm going to say, okay, I want to see only the people that start with A, right? Number one, I will deselect all of them. Then I can come here to now come and select all the people with A, which is not also the smart way to do it anyway, which is not the way. This is also taking time. I'm going to select all of them. I'm doing that for now because I don't want to tell you the other way. For now, right? I'm going to do this. Select everybody that start with A, right? This start with A. You can see this is already taking my time, so it's not smart enough. All right. If I'm to be a data analyst working somewhere, right, and this and that. And I say, okay. So these are the people who their names start with A in that organization, right? And I have all of them in there. You can see, right? I have sorted, I have filtered I have filtered the employee name to people who start, whose name starts from A, right? And that gives it to me. All right. Now I need us to do this particular one. I want to see, let me clear the filter, right? I want to see only the staff in the quality assurance department that are full-time staff. Who is trying something? I'm going to call someone at the end of the day, right? I want to see the list of employees who are in the quality assurance department and are full-time staff. List of employees who are in the quality assurance department and are full-time staff. Okay, so Waliola said to remove unwanted element. That's when we're talking about the definition of filter. Thank you, Bro. The people in the quality assurance department who are also full-time staff. Right. So because my wife is also on this meeting, so I'm going to call her to I'm going to call her to do that. So, Mommy Levi. Please unmute yourself and share your screen. Let everybody see what you have done. Thank you. Thank you for writing to get people in QA and full-time. Thank you. Please share your screen. Linda, Joy, Kola, and Raju.
Okay, I'm coming on. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
What is it? Okay, this is what I got.
All right.
Can you see it?
Just share it. On my screen, it's still saying I started sharing, but I'm not seeing your screen. Leave it. I think it's yours. Okay, it's showing now.
So quality assurance and
Full-time staff.
full-time staff. Okay.
So it's as simple as that. Right? So quality assurance is talking about the departments, right? And the status is talking about, the full-time is talking about the status, right? So that's fine. How do you clear it now? Take the filter away.
Okay. Then come here to. So we are back.
All right, that's fine. Please stop sharing. Stop sharing. All right, thank you. Right. All right. So this time around, I want to see only the employee that earn between 50,000 and 70,000. I want to see the employee that earn between 50,000 and 70,000. I'm going to call somebody. Let me check the name down. Let me check the name down. So let's use the salary. People who earn salary of 50,000, between 50,000 and 70,000. Blessing, I'm saying Blessing here. And I know it's the same Blessing that I know anyway. So Blessing. Please unmute yourself and share your screen. Are you with us? Hello? All right, thank you.
Sorry, I'm currently unable to share my screen.
All right, please share your screen.
I am currently unable to share my screen. I'm not using a laptop.
You're unable to share your screen. Wow. This is why I always prefer that we use a laptop, right? So that everybody can communicate. All right, I'm going to call, okay, let me call Abimbola. Abimbola, please share your screen.
Okay, on it.
All right. Employee who earn between 50 and 70,000 naira.
Yeah, can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see your screen, sir.
All right, so.
Sorry, I have a question.
All right, ma.
Is it 50 and 70,000 or 50 to 70,000? Because the number between that 50 to 70,000 is quite large.
Yes. 50 to 70,000. I called that number intentionally. So Mr. Bimbo is going to be selecting them one after the other, right? Even though that is going to give him the answer, it's going to give him the answer actually, but it's going to take time, right? We don't know how long that list looks like, right? So he's going to get the answer, but then let's keep. Yes, just continue. Are you tired? All right, let's do okay. Do okay. Do okay. It's actually long. Yeah, do okay. Let's see. Stop there. Don't worry. Do okay.
Okay.
Right. All right. But then this is not the end, right? But then if you do select one after the other, you're likely to get something. But then that's not smart. That's going to take your time, right? So stop sharing. So let's see other functionalities. There should be a shortcut. Yes, so there's a shortcut. All right. So that's let's see how we should attend, how we should attend to that particular task. So wait, let me share my screen. So there are some other functionalities under that feature. Now I'm here under sorting, right? After I have deselected it, you can see my screen. After I've deselected all, if you look at this area, can you see what is the number filters? Can you see? Somebody should just say yes.
Yes.
All right, thank you. So if you click that, you will see some other dialog box that comes down, and you can see more things. You can see more things. Look at this between, right? If you select between, you can now say, okay, between what and what? So you can say between 50,000 to 70,000. Can you see? Or let's get it. Is greater than or equals to, okay, the highest one should be here. Is greater than or equals to 70,000. Then it's less than or equals to 50,000. And I can come here to say, okay, and it will give it to me, right? Why is it not giving it to me? So something is wrong somewhere. Let's clear all filter first and be sure that nothing is going to disturb us, okay? All right, let's do that again, right? So don't deselect all. Just let's go there. Between 70,000 to 50,000, and we'll say okay. Okay. It's still not giving us anything, right? Is greater than or equals to, sorry, we didn't put it well. Is greater than or equals to 50,000, right? Is less than or equals to 70,000, right? Yes. Do you understand that? Are we there?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So if you look at it now, we'll see that all the names here are people who collect between between 50,000 and 70,000. Apparently, there's nobody who collects 70,000 in that organization. Nobody. The highest, the closest figure is 69,510, right? And we can see there. So maybe they are considering how many people are we even paying within this range? We are paying too much. Let's see how many people are making our money go, and they come to me, the data analyst. Let's see the list. How many are they said, right? And you can see all of them, right? Don't forget that how many are they is not the same thing as show us the list. So what we have done now is just to show the list. If you now want that thing that we'll talk about, as we move on, right? But then we can see the list, right? So this is, these activities around filtering, but I'm going to throw one more question to this question particularly. I'm going to direct it to Oluwakemi A, because she's my friend. All right. So I'm going to clear this filter. Right. I've cleared it. So I want to see only the people that collect only the people that collect 68,750 naira salary. That particular figure, not in range. The people that we are paying, how many people are we paying 68,570 naira? 68,570 naira. Or let's do, 68,860, yes. 68,860 naira. Oluwakemi. Mrs. Oluwakemi Aderoba. Oh, you can't share
Sorry,
screen.
I won't be able to share my screen. Yeah.
Oh my God. Doing it together is sincerely the fun that we would have, so that we'll know that we're actually flowing along. All right. Lizzie, Sister P. All right. So I want to see those employee or the single employee that earn 68,810 naira. So you can share your screen.
Again, sir.
68,810 naira. That we are paying, we in our organization now, the employee that we are paying 68,810 naira. How would you show me now, featuring the data set at hand?
Let me try real first.
Yeah, please share your
Let me
screen.
see.
Let's
Let
see.
me
We want to see your process together.
Let's try.
All right, you can see your screen.
So you said
Yes, 68,810.
let me see if it's this 68,810.
All right,
No.
810.
So it's not there. So I'll have to use the number filter here.
So
Between,
let's start
I
from
don't
here.
know.
Which of these options will be fine to use? Just looking at these options here. No, go there, go back to the number filter. Go back to the number filter. Go back to the number filter. So which of these options
I
do
think
you
it should
think?
be like a range. I don't know.
Look at it. I said I want to know the employee that we pay 68,810. I'm not giving a range. I'm giving an exact value now.
Less than or equal to.
I would disagree. Just tell me which of these options there will be fine for me to select.
It's either between or maybe less than or equal to that said amount.
Okay, you are wrong. So don't go off the screen. We'll use your screen. Damilola Ogundare. Please unmute yourself. All right, thank you, man. So which of these, we want to know the employee that earned 68,810 naira. Which of these options do you think I should select?
You want to know the ends?
Yes, 68,810. I'm giving an exact value. I'm not saying between this and this. I'm not saying that is earning a value greater than this. I'm not saying that is earning a value less than this. I know where I'm going. I'm so sure of what I want to look for. So I want to see an employee that earned 68,810.
Equal.
Fine, it's so simple. It's equal. So go to equal,
Okay.
Sister P. Go to equal.
Okay.
And type equals to what? 68,810.
Okay.
And say okay. Already, you know that you have searched and there is nobody earning that amount. So that's why it's not giving us anything. Nobody is being paid 68,810. Do you understand? Do you understand? You know, can you play around filtering now? Hello, please stop sharing.
All right.
Sister P, you can stop sharing. Is she? All right. Some people drop comments. Let me check the comment first. I will not be able to share my screen. Okay. All right. See that. Right. So I'm just going to share my screen. Right. And that. So so the simple meaning is that nobody gets that amount, right? But then please, at your leisure time, right, play around this filtering. Of course, if you put 68,810 here and there's nothing there, so it means that somebody is getting, but we just want to see on the table so that we'll be so sure. That's why I had to leave you to go and look for it, right? So please just come to this screen and look at all of these options are there, and reason along with it. Okay, and think along with it. Just make sure that each of these options makes meaning to you. Equals to, I already know what I'm looking for. Equals to that, does not equals to, right? So if I say does not equals to, it means that I want to see all the value, but except 50,000. That does not equals to. So I want to see people that earn salary. I want to see all the salary that people earn, but I don't want to see people that earn for it. Let me use a figure that is, you can see 87,980. So 87,980. So I don't want to see people that earn 87,980, but I want to see every other list. If I say okay, it's going to give me the list of all of them, but 87,980 will not be there. You understand? So you can always come and see. Let me clear this filter, right? You can always come and see the options and let it remain it to you. But I'm going to ask a question as the last question before we move on to the next sheet, right? I want to see the top 5 earners in this organization. I want to see the top 5 earners. I want to see the top 5 earners in the manufacturing department. I want to see the top 5 earners in the manufacturing department. I'm looking for who to call. Yes, Brogbenga. The top 5 earners in the manufacturing department. Brogbenga, you can unmute and share your screen.
I won't be able to share my screen, but I will get it and I can read it out.
Okay, so let me share my screen so that you use my screen to do it there. Okay, that's what we'll do for people that cannot share screen, so that everybody can still do something together. All right.
Manufacturing department.
But please, let's always, okay? So I want to see the people in the manufacturing department, the top 5 earners in the manufacturing department. The top 5 earners in the manufacturing department. Just direct me on what to do, and I'll do it accordingly.
First of all, go to departments.
Yes, departments.
Drop down on it, deselect all.
All right, deselect all.
Deselect all. Then click manufacturing and OK.
Manufacturing, okay. I can search for it here. Manufacturing, yes. So that's what
Then
I'm
it has
looking
given
for.
us it has given us everybody in manufacturing.
Fine.
Then I now go to salary.
Yes.
Now I can see top 10 under the
Yeah.
salary when in the
So there
number
is top
filter.
10.
So when I
Yes.
click on the top 10, it gives me a box. Then instead of looking for 10, where the 10
10.
is, I just
5.
use the number to 5.
5. Yeah.
And then it gives me the top 5.
So
just
I'm
click.
seeing only two. I'm seeing only two numbers actually. We want to see top 5.
I'm seeing only 2 also. I'm seeing only Burgess, Cherry, and Sean.
And then Uthman Ignatius. Yes. So maybe what we didn't do is to select this first, right? And say okay again.
Okay. Maybe
that.
I should select salary first.
Let's see. So we have selected all. Then come here. See, we are on manufacturing, Abby. Yes. And then let's make it 5. Is there anything to do here? No, it's in items, right? Top is not bottom, right? Top, right? Okay, same thing, right? All right. Everybody should be seeing the same thing. So I think it's going to be a general issue. Let's look at it again.
Even when I selected the top 10 in manufacturing, it's just those same 2 people.
Okay, so let's see the people in manufacturing. Just people in manufacturing, and then there are so many of them, right? A lot of them. So now this is a simple meaning, right? You know that. Let's look at it. Top and 5. Right now, the meaning is that the people who earn 89,740 is not just one person. Do you know? Are you with me?
Okay,
can we hear me, everybody?
Is it that job rating where he wrote job rating 5 beside 89,000?
No. We are not working with job rating. We are working with salary. I'm going to clear it again now. Let's do. This is the highest number, right? This is 89,740 in manufacturing, followed by this. Okay. Okay. Actually, it is supposed to show us the top 5, right? But it's not showing us. Maybe something is wrong later that we'll check in. All right. Okay, let's do top 10. When we did top 10, we have that, and it's just showing us the 3. But then that's the process. Anyway, we'll look at some of the reason why that is happening, and maybe we'll discuss it in our next class. But then you understand the process, right?
This is something
right.
just now. Looking at this, the numbers, this listing, if you notice, we have 3, 5, and 10.
Looking at number, is it this place? The job rating?
No, before the employee names.
Before the employee names. All right. Yes.
This 3, 5, and 10. I think the other numbers they're on what's it called? How will I put it?
Okay.
The other
Now let me explain what happens when you filter to you, right? So that we can get that understanding first. So when you filter, let's clear the filter. Let's clear the filter, everything. Now, each time we filter, right, we are not taking the number, this data, they are not going away. Are you with me? When we filter, this number do not go away. What we are simply doing is that we are collapsing these rows so that they can go and pick the one we have selected that we want to see. Are you with me? So if I say that I'm filtering all departments to see only manufacturing, for example, to see only manufacturing, right? The meaning is that I am telling Excel that collapse every row that do not have manufacturing. That is why you will see that, the meaning is that between 3 and 4 and 5, we have 4. So it means the information on that 4 is not manufacturing. Between 5 and 10, we have 6, 7, 8, and 9. It means all of them, they are not manufacturing. That is why it has collapsed there. So it has no effect on what we are sorting. Do you understand? Hello?
Yes, sir. Well,
All right.
I observed that. No problem.
You still want to say something?
No.
All right. All right. Got the head of raising hand. Please, I'm with you.
Okay, sir. So I think from my observation, I think the reason why we are having just two this thing dropping out from the manufacturing department is for the top 5 earners is just that it's just those 2 employees that have that that amount of money in the sheet.
No, it's not 2 employees. They're actually more than that. So we can check. We have checked that. Let's do that again. Let's go back to manufacturing. Let's go back to manufacturing and say, okay, so obviously we have so many of them, right? We have so many of them, as you can see, right? We have so many of them. So it's actually more than 5. So this is the quickest way to sort that, right? The reason why it is coming on 2, we are saying 2, is because it's still on what the last person that talks about, right? Is because it's finding it difficult to already we have filtered and collapsed some cells. So the other names that are supposed to complete that list, they are inside the filtered cell. You understand? If I cancel this filter in departments, I do this, and I just come straight to come and say, give me the top 6 earners, the top 5 earners, for example. It will give me, because nothing is filtered. If I do it straight away like this, it will give me the top 5 earners. You can see. But because you can see that this guy is in manufacturing, this guy is in manufacturing. These are the 2 guys I showed to us. These are the 2 guys I showed to us. But because this one, and this one, they have been collapsed already. You understand it? And that's why it's finding it difficult to list them out. Do you understand those areas?
Hello. Hello.
Yes.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, okay.
Yes. One of the things what I discovered is by the time we go to manufacturing.
Yes.
If we go to manufacturing and because from my end here under manufacturing, I already have the salary from the highest to the lowest. So I can just pick the top 5. Yes.
Yes. No.
That is not
the answer to our question. Actually, that is a way you can actually get the top 5. But the intention is that we have top 5 listed on the screen. You understand? So if you come here to say you sort from highest to lowest, from highest, largest to lowest, this is it. These are the top 5. But the intention is, you will see that the total number of information we have on the screen are so large, right? The intention is to have only the 5 numbers on the screen.
Okay.
Yeah. But then this is another way to actually reach what you are doing. But then the explanation is on the process, right? How sorting work, and then making you to see these other functionalities around this side. I hope you understand to that extent what I've explained. I am clearing the filter now.
Yes.
All right. All right. So I'm gonna drop after the class, I'm gonna drop that will keep us busy on sorting and filtering in the next class, right? All right. So let's move to our next sheet, and then look at this name, Alison Timothy. Okay. Before we get to this particular sheet, let's introduce a new point to explain Excel function, right? When I started the class, I said you would understand Excel very well if you divide Excel into 2 things. Number 1, to understand all of these tabs, right? The tabs and the functionalities of those tabs. Number 2 is to understand the function, right? So, what are Excel functions? What are Excel functions, right? Maybe you want to jot. They are not big thing. Excel functions are inbuilt formula into Microsoft Excel, right? Inbuilt formulas into Microsoft Excel. There are some formulas that we use that are inbuilt into it already. We call them function. Now, there is Excel formula. There is Excel function, right? They are both the same thing. They are both explaining the same thing, but only that Excel formula is not a particular, instruction that has been built into Excel, beforehand, by the designer of this program. But Excel functions, they are important words that have been built into Excel that when you type them into Excel, you will see them. It will pop them out to say, okay, I have this inside me already. These are the two differences between them, right? And this is how Excel works. To use any Excel function, the first thing that you should also always note is that it will start with an equals to sign, right? It starts with an equals to sign. Then you use the keyword, right? Right. But before we get into Excel function itself, look at this thing. This guy here transferred N 89,740, 89,780 naira. This guy, Cherry, N 89,740, right? Now, if I need to sum their earnings together, two of them, if I need to sum their earnings together, it's easy for me. I can just come here to any area where I want to sum it into and say equals to, right? This first sign equals to is key when you need to write any Excel function or Excel formula. It is the equals to sign that make Excel understand that, oh, this person wants to instruct me to do something, so he's ready, right? If the equals to is not there, and I just come to say 89,780, right? And at the same time, I come here, okay, I come to say 89,780, maybe I say plus 89,740. Nothing happened. If I say enter, nothing happened. It's just the same word that I've typed that I'm saying there. But if I start with equals to, I say equals to, right? Excel is already knowing that, oh, this person wants to do something that is, different from the usual thing, and is ready. So if I go there to say 89,000, don't forget this is what I want to add. 89,780 plus, your plus is at the top of equals to sign before the backspace key, right? Plus 89,740. If I say enter, it's going to do the sum. Are we together? Can you see? This is an Excel formula, right? This is a formula in Excel, rather. This is a formula in Excel. So I can come again to come and use my Excel as a calculator any way I want to write it. I can come here to say, oh yeah, do 23 plus do equals to 23 plus 34. We know what the answer will be, right? 23 plus 34. We know what the answer will be, and that should be 54, right? 57. And if I say enter, I'll truly get 57. Are we there now? Are we together? Are you following? I need the response. Are we following?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Right,
Yes,
right.
yes, yes.
Now look at it now. Thank you very much. Look at it now. Now there is a way Excel, is programmed to understand things, right? Actually, when I typed 89,780 plus 89,740, you know that this is exactly what I was talking about, right? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. My wife has said yes, so I take it to be everybody. right? Okay, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Now, remember that the cell where 89,780 is written, right? That very particular cell has a name. Is that not? What's the name? Anybody? What's the name? Just one person should just tell me something.
H2.
F2, thank you. And at the same time, this other one, 89,740 is on F3, right? Fine. Now, Excel is designed, once you just mention the name, right, it will take the value that is inside that name of cell that you have mentioned. So if I need to multiply these two things, I don't need to type all of the 89,780. I'm just good to say that equals to, I want to multiply, I want to add this and this. So this particular one is on F2. So I can just come here to say F2, right? And come here to say plus F3 and say enter. It will sum both of them together. I hope that is clear. Fine. And at the same time, also, I do not actually also need to write F2. I can also come here to say equals to, maybe this is F2. I can select this from here and come back to say plus, and I select this from here, and I also say enter. It is still correct. Right? Okay. Somebody said she didn't understand here.
Sorry,
so
can you repeat the last one you did, sir, please?
Yes, thank you very much. You are not the only, it's not only the person here that doesn't understand. So another person did not understand. All right. So I said that, don't forget, I said, because we have so many cells in Excel, and each word, it is on the cells that you keep your data, right? This particular number is on this particular cell. This 89,780 is on this cell F2. So we know that if I ask you now, what is the number on F7? The person that said, sorry, please answer the question. I don't know the person. I think is it Kemi? Yes, or Lizzie.
Oh, so
Okay,
what's the
Kemi,
question?
okay.
Sorry.
I said this what is the number on the cell F7?
89,310.
89,310. Now, do you know that I do not actually need to come and write 89,310? If I need 89,310, I can actually come here to come and select it. This is what I mean, right? If I need it, don't forget I'm going to write a function or a formula now. And every formula must always start with equals to. So I have my equals to. Hold on. Okay. So I have equals to, this is 89,310. I would prefer not to write it. I can come and select it because I know that that is this name, that is the name of this cell. It is 89,310 that I want to write. But I know that that number is on F7. So instead of writing the 89,310, I can just come here to select this cell, and it will show 89, it will show F7, which is the same thing as 89,310 because that's the cell that is in it. Do you understand that? Do you understand that? The response. All right. So, and then plus, now I want to add these two guys together, 89,780 and 89,740. So I can come here to say, please add this plus this together, right? And I say enter, and it has done that. Any issue? Any issue?
Not at all, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, fine. So we are good to go. Now, I'm just using that to show you, how you can do basic calculation. How you can use Excel as a calculator, right? I can do subtraction also. I can just come here to say equals to, don't forget that when you have to do anything that has to do with function, start with equals to. That's the basic rule. So I can come here to say this minus that. And if I say that, it's going to give me the answer, right? I don't need to type it. I only need to select the cell that owns those values, right? And that is fine, right? That is fine. So there are operators in Excel that works in just way. I've shown you the plus, which is the addition. I've shown you the addition operation, which is plus. I have shown you the the subtraction operation, which is minus, the same it is on the system. So the multiplication operation is asterisk, right? That's the multiplication operation. There's division operation, which is this guy that you are seeing here. This stroke. Sorry, stroke. Let me do something. Okay, I can say this divided by 4. Can you see? This. So the division operator, is that forward stroke, right? That's 2 over, if like you want to write 2 over 10. Okay, so that is a division stroke, right? And all of that, but all of these things are still little to what we want to do. But I'm just trying to show you what Excel formula is. But where we are going to is to use Excel function. And I've explained that Excel function has inbuilt words. So for example, now, look at it now. Look at this data set that I have here, right? You can see how many they are from the top down. That's about 741 informations. So I want to know the total salary that is being paid to all these staffs, right? The amount that is being paid out at the end of the month. I mean, this is what they are collecting at the end of every month, right? So I want to know the total amount that is being paid out. Shebi, the work is just for me to sum all of them together, right? Yes. Somebody is saying yes, I know. So the work is just for me to sum all of them together. So I will just come and say, from this explanation, it means that I will just come and say, this, or better still, let me take it away from here and come and put it at the top here. So the work is just supposed to be, I say equals to this plus this plus this plus this plus, and I will select all of them down. But the question will be, how would I need to select 741 observation? You understand? So I can't wait. I wouldn't have the patience to be selecting like that. So I'll have a better means to do it. So I'm going to use a function in Excel that is called sum function. The sum function. So it is easier for me to now come here to say equals to, I'm going to call the sum function and say sum. Can you see? Now, when I type sum, you will see that there are so many things that pops out, right? Some if, some product, some all of this. All these that you are seeing, they are Excel functions. You can see that as I type X, from the point I type X, it has given me everything that looks like X. That they already exist in Excel. That's why we call them function. These are Excel functions. You understand? So operations like that exist, that have been programmed into Excel, they exist in Excel by default. They are called Excel functions. So now that what I want to do is that I want to sum, right? I can now say, because what I want to do is to sum, I'll write sum, right? Now that I've written sum, I can come here and select, this is my sum. There are so many other things, but then this is exactly what I'm looking for, and double click it, and it will ask me further questions. You understand? Fine. This is exactly what is going to happen, and I'm going to select all of them. Don't bother about knowing what I've done yet, and then say enter. And you can see that it has summed everything together, right? It has summed everything together. Does it not look simple? Rather than me selecting them one after the other. But the question is, the abracadabra that I have done, how did I do it, right? And that is going to make me split Excel function into its parts, right? Now, every Excel function has its own part. Number one, there is a starting point. That is the equals to that you always start with, right? Number two is the keyword That is what you want to do, what you intend to do. For example, in this particular example, what I intend to do is to sum. So I have my starting sign, which is the equals to sign. Then I have my keyword, which is sum. So I'm going to start this thing again now. Look at it again. So follow me keenly. I put my first starting word. Then I'm going to put the keyword. The keyword is the actual function. The actual activity that I want to do. Now I want to sum everything in the column F. That is all the salary, right? So I'm just going to say sum, right? Now when you type the sum, right, you are going to, after typing the sum, is either you double click on the sum when you have seen it in the option, or you use tab key. You press your tab key. Tab key is the key at the top of cap lock, right? If you press the tab key, it's going to bring you another information. Are you with me? Now, those informations that you are seeing, they are called the syntax. Syntax as in S-Y-N-T-A-X. What it means is that every Excel functions, right, are made up of their own syntax. Now that I want to use the sum function, once I press the keyword sum and I use the tab key to bring out, the other information, it will bring out all the syntax. It will bring out the syntax that makes the the sum function. And you can see the syntax. The syntax is now made up of several other arguments, right? The syntax is made up of, okay, let me share something with us so that I can use that to explain. Let me see if I can quickly lay my hands on that. I'm not sure I'll see it, right? I'm not sure I'll see it, so I won't bother again. Let me just return to my screen. All right. So what I'm saying is that to use an Excel function, you start with equals to, then after equals to, you put the keyword. Then after the keyword, once you double click on the word or you press the tab key, it's going to bring some other information for you. And those information are called the arguments. So equals to sum, and I use that. So each of these stuff they are seeing here, number 1, number 2, and this ... they are the arguments. What it means is that now that you say you want to sum, now put the numbers that you want to sum there, right? So it's asking what's the first number that you want to sum. For example, now I want to sum these three numbers together. These 3 guys, you can see. Look at the 3 guys I just highlighted. I want to sum them. So now I want to use the sum function. I'm going to say sum, right? I'll call out the argument using my tab key. So here I have the first argument. It's asking me what's the first number. I'm going to select this. This is the first number. If I say comma, it will jump to the next argument. That what is the second number? Number 2. I will select the second number. If I say comma, it will jump to the next argument and ask me, what is the third number? I'm going to select this is the third number, right? If I put another comma, it will jump to this argument. But I want to stop at just 3 numbers. So I'll just close the brackets. So this is the sum function to sum only 3 numbers together, right? Now, everything that I see on the screen now, is called the sum syntax. That's the syntax. So a complete syntax for a function, is made up of the starting sign, which is equals to 1, the keyword, which is in the case of sum now that I'm talking about, the keyword is sum. Then the argument, each of these stuffs now is the argument. All of them makes the the sum function syntax. Please, I need you to understand by those, those breakdown so that we can relate with other things that I'm going to talk about later. So I just said that every Excel function is made up of, every Excel function has its own syntax. And the syntax is made up of the equals to sign, the keyword, and each element that we call argument. So if I say enter here, it's going to sum the 3 words for me, right? If I want to do other things, let's say I want to sum 5 words. So I'm going to put it this way: 1, comma, 2, comma. This is the third one: 3, comma. Sorry, it should be comma, not full stop, comma. Then maybe this, comma, and this, comma, and maybe this again, right? And I close the bracket. It's going to sum all these cells that I have selected, the numbers in them. It's going to sum them together, and it's going to give me my answer once I press enter. Do you understand how the sum function works now? I wish I can have a response, or anybody has a question.
Yes, please. Yes.
Yes, we do.
Right? Right. Thank you. Now, I know many people would be able to relate with sum function because many people use sum function, but I'm just paying attention to it because of those that have identified themselves not to have used Excel before, right? So if you have been using this before, just pardon me, because everybody needs to be on the same page. All right. So now, what I did now is that I want to sum everything together. So it is still going to be a big word for me to say sum, and I'm selecting everything one after the other. So what Excel has provided for me to do is that here, I can now just select here and drag down. And I can drag down from the beginning to the end, even though this will also take my time. You can see how it's also taking my time. Before I drag down to the end of it, I will make sure that I get to the last word, right? And there's the last word. And I can close the brackets and say enter. And it has summed everything for me, right? Using the sum function, right? And you can see the functions that generate that for me here. That is, I use the equals to sign, I put in the sum function, and I select from the first number down to the last number. The last number is F742. And I close the bracket and I say enter. And it has summed everything for me, right? That is how Excel function work, right? I can also do another thing. This is for sum function, right? So I'm going to come down to now, to talk about many other functions. So what I want to do here, let's say I want to do for total, to know the total salary that was earned, I'm just going to use the same sum function, sum, then call it out and select all the numbers. I can just say F2, which is the first one, put my column, then F742, right? You can see that it has selected everything, close the brackets and enter, right? I'm only going to expand this so that I can see all the numbers, right? So I have gotten the total number of salary paid. That is one function, right? Now, at the same time, I can also know from here, right, the average salary paid to the employee, right? Average is a statistical word, right? When we say average, we do not mean, if I say average of, when you say average, we are not talking about divided by 2. We're not talking about maybe a number divided by 2, right? In statistics, I know every one of us did mathematics, and we did statistics in mathematics, right? Under statistics, there is a particular topic, they will say measure of central tendency. If you still remember in statistics, measure of location, right? What that means is that, you remember that the measure of central tendency or the measure of locations are mean, median, and mode, right? Mean, median, and mode. Those three, they are the measure of central tendency. And mean is the same word for average. So when they say find the average, they're only asking you that find the mean, right? And what does mean mean? Mean is just saying that, look at, there are 741 people in this organization. They all collect salary. So if I say find the average salary or the mean salary, it's only saying that give me one figure that is good enough to represent all the salaries that people are collecting. That same number, if I pick, let's say I pick 30,000, that number is good enough to represent the person that collects the list and the person that collects the highest. That's what the mean, right? But then to now get the mean, to calculate the mean in Excel, right? The function that operates as the mean in Excel is called average. So if I need to calculate the average salary, I'm just going to use the average function. And don't forget that function starts with equals to, and I'm going to say average, right? Average, right? And then you can see average is on the list already, right? I'm going to call out the argument, and it's already asking me, what are the numbers that I want to find their averages? And it's still the same numbers, F2 to F742. And I'm going to close the bracket, and it has given me the mean. So what I have here is the mean of all the salary, right? Now, I've only used these two stuff to explain what function looks like, because I need it in this other places I'm going to. I will need it later, right? But function is a subheading that we'll still treat maybe later, right? Before the end of this course, we'll still treat it. So with this little, point that I've created about functions, let's get to this place now. So we are on the third sheet. This is exactly where we want to work, today, right? And this is called data separation, right? This is data separation. And then I've been in a condition where I was given a data set like this, right? While collecting, if you fill the form that we gave to collect membership data in the church, you will notice that we separated first name. I mean, there is a question that asks, what is your first name? You type in your first name. Then another question asks, what is your surname? You type in your surname. It is different from when we say, what is your full name? In your full name, you will type Olarewaju Maxwell in that one box, right? And if I go to the back end, what I will see is Olarewaju Maxwell, just like I'm seeing Alison Timothy for this person. Now, I've been in a situation where names are collected like that, and they say, I don't need their first name. I only want to see, I don't need their first name. I only want to see their surname. And the question will now be, how will I split it? For example, now this person now, if I want to write only, I've been given their full name, Alison Timothy. If you want to cut out only Alison, only the first name, Alison Abaradu, how do you cut it out using Excel? So many people have been in this situation, and then all they will just go and be doing is to go and be writing up one after the other, Alison. Just be writing Alison. You'll come to this place, you write Alvarado, right? You'll come to this place, you write Anderson, right? And imagine we have, how many data do we have here? We have about 1,000 data. That's 1,130 data. Is this how I will continue to write one after the other for everybody? There is a way you can do it in Excel, right? Especially if you generate a data from the database and it has this issue, and you're supposed to be dealing with only the first name. How do you do it? It's part of data cleaning activity. So you need to clean that data to show only to split the first name and the last name together. How do you do it? So that activity is all made by data separation in Excel, right? So how do we separate this data as a professional Excel user? How do we separate this data in such a way that I will now have Alison here and I will have Timothy here, right? There are four ways to separate data in Excel. Yes, there are three ways rather to separate data. I mean, as of now, there are three ways to separate data in Excel, right? The first one is called text to column wizard. The first one is called text to column wizard. The second one is called TEXTSPLIT. This is the reason why I quickly need to go and explain function before coming to this place, right? Because TEXTSPLIT is a function. We are coming back to that. And the third way is called flash fill, right? So let's get into text to column wizard. So I want to separate this name here so that I will have my first name, Alison, here, and I'll have the last name here. And I want to do it for everybody. How will I do that? Now, look at the process. Look at the steps. To separate name, to separate data in Excel, the first thing you do is that make sure that you select at least a cell in that table, right? Select the particular, the particular data that you want to separate. Select it, and after that, you go to the tab ribbon and select the data tab. Select the data tab, right? And if you select the data tab, look at the groups. You will see a particular groups that is called the data groups, the data tools. I believe somebody should be writing the step to separate data using the text to column wizard. I said there are 3 ways to separate. The first one is text to column wizard, right? And to use the text to column wizard, select the data that you want to separate. For example, now I want to separate Alison Timothy, right? Then go to data tab, then identify data tools. Under data tools, you will see text to column, right? You will see text to column. Now you will select text to column. After selecting text to column, it will bring you a dialog box. Please be patient with the dialog box. The heading said, convert text to column. Convert text to column. The text wizard has determined that your data is delimiter, right? Is delimited. The question is, there is a big word. What do we mean by delimiter? What are delimiter? Listen, I don't know if I should throw it open for them because of our time. In Excel, delimiters are separators. If I write Olamide or I write Olanrewaju Maxwell, I will not write it together. Between Olanrewaju and Maxwell, there is a space between them. That is the separator. That is what I use to separate the 2 names. That space is called delimiter. That space is a delimiter, right? So the same way, if you look at this particular word here, Alison Timothy, there is something that separates the 2 words, right? Can anybody see it?
Comma.
Somebody should tell me. Comma. Thank you.
Comma.
So thank you. In the case of this word, the delimiter is a comma. Now you would also notice that after comma, we still finally have a space. Is that also? Yes. Now it means that literally we should say that there are 2 delimiters, but no. The first separator is the delimiter. So the delimiter in this case is comma. But if I have, I'm going to cancel this to write what I was right. I'll come back there. So if I have Alison Timothy, right? In this case, my delimiter is the space bar. But in this case, my delimiter is the comma, right? I hope that is understandable now. So I go back there, data, and I do this, right? So it asks me, choose the file type that best describe your data. Delimiter, character such as comma. So that is, it is separated with a delimiter. Even if it is a comma, it is still a delimiter. So it is important that this place will be highlighted. Look at this second option. We'll come back there. This is fixed width. Just leave it. Let it keep enjoying. But obviously, you can see that our text is separated with something, which is a delimiter, right? And that's why this option is selected, that is delimited. And I will say next. Before you go to the next, you can see the preview. At the moment, this is the data that I selected, and you are seeing the data here. Alison, Timothy. I want to separate it too. So go to next. I say next, right? it will bring you to another page. You can see that the first one is step 1 of 3. There are 3 steps. Now I am on step 2 of 3, right? It's not asking me. I have said before that the text is separated by a delimiter. It's not asking me what kind of delimiter, what is the delimiter, go. And already we have all seen that the delimiter is a comma, right? So I'm just going to select a comma. Are we there? Now that I've selected the comma, look at this place. You have seen that, you can see that it has separated it. Let me uncheck that comma now. When I unchecked it, you can see that I'm still having what I have here. But as soon as I say that the delimiter that I want to take away is comma, it has taken the comma away, and it has given me how my data is going to look like after I move to the next phase. If the delimiter is a space, you just select space, that's all, and uncheck this. But it is a comma, so I'll check this. Even if I uncheck this, nothing changed. Everything is still good. And I can see what my data will be like. So I'm free to come and say next. Now, on this next, it's not asking me. Destination, where do I want to split it into? If you split it now, where should it put it? And you can see the destination that is here already. This is B2. See, forget the dollar sign that I are seeing here now. We'll come to talk about dollar sign at the front when we get to a particular sheet. But the destination here is B2. And now, where is B2? This is B2. So it means that if I leave the destination on B2, it's going to, look at this place that is shaded. This place that is shaded is going to erase what you have here and put the Allison there. But that is not what I want. What I want is that Allison, which is the first one, should be under the first name, and Timothy should be under the last name. So which means that my destination, which is where the Allison should be here, which is C2. So I'm just going to change this place to C2. So I have C2. So if I say finish now, it will split. Now it's going to bring an error message. Just don't bother. I'm going to see finish now. I'm going to press finish. Okay. Now, what do you see there? It's asking me, there is already data here. Don't worry about it. The reason why it's saying there's already data here is because you can see that this place is shaded, right? So it's saying that there is a content in this area already. It is shaded and it is bordered. I mean, I have put a boundary on it. So it's seeing that place to say that there is something in here. Just don't worry, just say okay. And now you have seen that it has splitted this text into Allison and Timothy.
Sorry, please, can you rewind? I didn't get it from that C2 place.
Yes.
From that.
I'm going to say undo, right? And start again. Now look at it. Now, I have selected it. I want to split this Allison Timothy. I have selected data and I've shown you how to get text to column. And I've picked text to column. It is separated by, it has a separator, which is the reason why I selected delimiter. So I say okay, right? What is the delimiter? The delimiter is a comma. I say continue. Now, here is asking me, what is it? If I split now, if it split for me, where should it be this? Where should it place the splitted data? Don't forget that the splitted data will be Allison and Timothy. So it's now asking me that Allison, starting from the Allison, which is the first one, where should it put it? At the moment, the destination is on B2, which is here. So if I continue to put it on B2, it is going to override. It's going to override what we have on B2. Already on B2, we have Allison Timothy there. So if I say continue, look at it. I'm going to say finish, right? And I say okay. You can see that it has overwritten everything that we have here, and it has splitted our data on it. But that is not what I want to achieve. What I want to achieve is that I want my destination. I want the data should be splitted on C2. That is, the first one should be splitted here, and the last one should be splitted here. You understand it now, Bregbenga?
Yes, I'm following.
Yes. All right. So if I now come here to say finish. I said, don't bother about this dialog box. Just say okay. If I say finish, you can see that it has splitted the text. Listen here, because I said you should split it on C2. That is why it has come to start on C2. Do you understand it? Ragwinger?
I'm trying to put it on C2. I'm trying to put it on C.
Are you doing it on your screen?
Yes.
Oh yeah, please share your screen.
No, I can't share my screen.
Oh,
but
you
I'm
can't share
doing
your
it
screen.
on my, yes, I'm doing it on my so I'm on that destination where I should put the destination. So I want to put the destination C2.
Yeah, I'm coming. Let me be there also here, right? But I'm wondering why you can't share your screen anyway.
No, I connected with my phones. Then I'm working on my screen.
On my okay. All right.
So when I put the destination to C2,
yes,
the
and you say
sign
finish
is still in front of it, and then I just say finish.
Don't touch the dollar sign. There's a reason why it is there, right?
Okay.
I don't want to bother the class to explain it now. There is a topic, there is a sheet that talks about it. It's called self-referencing. So don't bother about the dollar sign.
Okay,
it is just
I
the
got it now.
I leave the dollar sign. All right.
Yes,
so I'm just going to change it to C2. Yes.
Okay.
That dollar that you are seeing, when you see dollar in Excel, it means to lock. But don't bother. We'll get there.
Okay.
Dollar in Excel means to lock something. But don't bother. Leave it now. All right.
Okay.
So if I come here to say finish, and you will see that it will split it there. So I believe
I
now
already
I've gotten it. Yes.
Yeah,
now look at it. Look at it. I can now come here and come and double click. And you can see that, no, undo. I can come here to now come and, no, I'm going to do this again, right? Hold on. So, let's do that again. All right. All right. And I'm putting it on C2, right? And I say finish, right? And I split it. And then now what I have only done is for only this cell alone, right? Can you see? Are we together?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So if I can now drag it down to let it work for the other ones. It's supposed to. Please drag down on your own screen. Anybody, drag it down on your screen. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm with you, sir.
Yeah, I wanted to find out. Are you saying without highlighting the whole column B, it will still take effect for all the?
Yes, if you highlight everything, for example, I select everything here and I do the same thing, it will work, right? But I needed to explain something there. That's why I used only one. So let's see everything. Please look at the screen, everybody. This time around, I select everything and I go the same way. Right? And I say C2 and I say, in fact, you can see from here that it selected everything, unlike the other one that is only the Alice Timothy that was selected. If I say everything, it will finish it. It will do it for everyone. Right? Can you see? So if we need to split for all of them, you can select all. And I think I told you in the last slide, I'm not sure, that there is a shortcut to select all. Part of the things that we'll be mentioning are shortcuts because it's important that you understand shortcuts. So to select all in Excel, the shortcut to select all is Ctrl-Shift downward arrow. It will select all. Imagine that I needed to select everything and I'm selecting about 1,000 plus data and I'm selecting one after the other like this. It's going to take my time, right? So there is a shortcut to select all. Just select the first data and say Ctrl-Shift downward arrow. It's going to select all by itself, right? And you can go ahead to perform, go to the text column wizard activity. You can go ahead to perform it and you will see that it will split for all, right? But then please do that first on your screen and let's be sure that that has been done. But I needed to achieve something. That's why I've selected only one. All right. So you can do that, select all, and go and perform the operation. I want everybody to try it now and tell me if everything is splitted at the end of the day. I'm waiting for the first person.
Done. Perfect. Very, very perfect. Yes.
I need another person to talk.
Done.
All right.
Sorry, Isa, please can you take again how to highlight the total names from that the B column first?
All right, so I just select a cell on it and do Ctrl-Shift downward arrow. Please try it now. Let me know if it works on your system. So your own, you have to select all of them. Some stuff are not working. Two people have said done. 3 people have said done. If one more person,
I've been able to do mine. So
okay, fine. All right, thank you. Now I still return to, so that is separating the data using text to column wizard, right? Using text to column wizard, and that's the first separation technique, right? Now I'm going to say undo because I wanted to achieve something, right? Which I want to talk about. So I select the first one. Of course, the fact that I'm repeating the process again means that it will make it stay, stay in our memory better, right? I put it to C2 and I say finish, and it separated it like that, right? Oh. Okay, all right. So ideally, as I drag down, it is supposed to do the same thing for these other ones, right? But then it's not copying it well. Okay, fine, no problem. Don't worry, we'll cover every other thing as we move across the lesson, right? So this is separating the data using the first technique, the text to column wizard. But usually the text to column wizard looks like a long process, so people don't want to use it, right? However, in almost all the interview that I have been opportunity to be in the panel, and the ones I haven't been myself, right? There had always been a clause in that question. If there is a question that requires you to use text to do separation and to separate data, there has always been a clause to say that use. Please mute your mic. There's always been a clause to say that use text to column wizard. Use text to column wizard or use TEXTSPLIT, right? The reason is because many people are familiar with this flash fill and it's like a cheat, but we'll get there, right? So we have seen text to column wizard, separating the data using text to column wizard, and we have seen how it works. Now, the second technique is to use TEXTSPLIT, right? And I said that TEXTSPLIT is a function. And anything that has to do with function is simple. Just know the keyword, right? And our keyword is TEXTSPLIT. And what do? You start writing a function by writing equals to, right? So just say equals to, right? Saying the equals to, type. Mr. Joel is using noise to disturb our class. I'm going to mute you. Sorry. All right. All right, thank you. All right, so I said that the second technique is called TEXTSPLIT and is a function. So just come here, put equals to, and type TEXTSPLIT, and you can see that it's already there. So is it that you double click or use tab key to use your tab key to call it out, right? And I said that when you write any function and you call it out, it will always bring the argument for us. The syntax of every function is made up of several arguments, right? The arguments are the questions that Excel will ask you that supply me this information. After this, supply me this information, then I will do what you want me to do. You understand? Now, what we want Excel to do is to split this name, Alison Timothy, right? And we have written the function that speaks to what we want to do, which is TEXTSPLIT, right? And we have called out the argument. So it's asking us the first question. The first question is text. That is, what is the text that you want to split? Now, you don't need to write the text in what? Alison Timothy. No. I already talked about you can select the name of that cell. And that cell is on B2.
Yes. Hello, sorry. It's not bringing out the argument when I wrote TEXTSPLIT.
Oh, fine. What year of Excel are you using?
I don't know.
All right, so I should also say, sorry, I should have said it that this technique, this particular technique is a new update on Excel, and it is only the 2019 version until now that has it. So if you are using old Excel before 2019, you will not have it.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. So you can enjoy our view until we get to the next until we get to the next technique, right? So this is a new technique that is on the recent Excel, right? So if you change your Excel, you will see text there. Okay, that's fine. Is there another person that's not seeing it? Is there another person before we move on that is not seeing TEXTSPLIT on his own system? So it's only Pregwinga, right? All right. All right, we are good to go. All right, so we just say TEXTSPLIT, and then once you press your tab key or you double click on the TEXTSPLIT, it will ask you the first argument. What is the text that you want to split? And we'll say, this is the text. Are we together? Now, you have supplied the argument, nothing more to do. When you are using function, it's simple. Excel will ask you a question. Just make sure that you understand the meaning of that question and supply the answer. That's all. So when you say equals to TEXTSPLIT, it asks you, what's the text that you want to split? We have supplied the text. You use comma to go to the next argument. So when you press comma, you will see that the next argument is in bold text now. It's bold now. And the question there is asking you, what is the column delimiter? What is column delimiter? That is that text. Don't forget I said that delimiters are separator. So that text, what is separating them? I need somebody to tell me. Somebody to just unmute and tell me that text, what is separating it?
A comma.
A comma. Thank you. Now we are going to supply that delimiter, but take note of this. In Excel, right? In Excel, there are different types of data. We call them, Excel call it data format. We'll still talk about it. SQL and then Power BI calls it data type. They both mean the same thing, but on Excel, it's called data format. Now, if your data format is a number, or if it is a number that you are dealing with, you can come on anywhere to write number. Excel will understand it easily. But if the data type that you want to impute in this argument is a text, apart from this B2 that we selected, we didn't type this B2. We only come here to select it because it's an identified name of cell on the Excel. But if it's a text that we want to type, right, Excel will not identify it easily like that unless you keep it inside a double apostrophe. Your double apostrophe is that character before the enter. You will see apostrophe, one is single, one is double. To get the double, you will press shift plus that character and you will see the double apostrophe, right? So now, if I want to write the comma, I will not just come here to write comma. because it will be conflicting with the first command that I have, which aim is to move to the next argument. So I cannot just come and write that comma like that. That comma is a string or is a text, so to say, on Excel. So I cannot write the Excel like that. I cannot write the comma like that. I'm going to keep it inside this double apostrophe. Just like I'm opening a bracket. I will open that double apostrophe and type that comma and close that double apostrophe. I hope you understand it. Do you understand it? I need response. Anybody?
No, please come again.
Thank you. Please, if you didn't say it's not clear, I will just continue and then we would have gone far before you say I didn't get it. That's why I always stay behind to ask, do you understand it? All right. So I said that it's easy when you're using function in Excel. Just put in the keyword, press the tab key or double click on the keyword, and Excel will be the one that is asking you a question. Just make sure that you know the answer to the question. Now, we have put in the text split function and we have called out the argument and it's asking us, what is the text that we want to split? We have supplied, this is the text, right? This text, right, is, I didn't write, you notice that I didn't write Allison, I didn't write Allison, Timothy. You understand? I didn't write it. I only went there to pick it from, from the cell that owns it. You understand? So I didn't write the text. I only selected it. Now I go to the next argument. The next argument is asking me, what is the column delimiter? What is the delimiter in that column? So the delimiter in that column is comma. Literally, I should just write the comma, and that will be that I have supplied the answer, right? But in Excel, you don't write text just like that, especially if you are using it in the midst of a function. You don't write text just like that. Excel don't take it. It's not only Excel. By the time we get to Power BI, SQL also don't take it. By the time you get to Python don't take it. Python is the programming language that is used to build Excel. So everything that Python don't take, Excel don't take it. So you understand? So if Python will not take it, so just know that Excel doesn't take it also that way, right? And what is asking us is just asking us a simple question. What is the column delimiter? It is a comma. But because that comma is a string, right? The data type is a string or text. I mean, when I say string, just take it to be text, right? You'll be able to differentiate between string and text later. But when I say string, just take it to be text. So because it is a text, the rule in writing Excel function is that if you are writing a text in the midst of the arguments, right, you don't write it alone. You have to keep it. You have to house it inside the double apostrophe. If I need to write something like not now, for example, I cannot just write this not, or let me not use not, wet, for example. I cannot just write this wet because it is a word, it's a text. I'll have to keep it inside this double apostrophe before it will be acceptable. You understand? That is the rule when writing functions in Excel. Now, because the comma that I want to write it falls under that string and is a text like that, the rule says I must keep it. I cannot just write like that. I must keep it inside the double apostrophe. So I will open a double apostrophe. I will write the text that I want to write and I will close it. That's all. Do you understand it now?
Yes, please. Understood now.
Yes. What we just do is that the only thing we have just written here is the comma. That's all we have written. The comma is the only thing we have written. We are only trying to obey a procedure that Excel wants us to follow. That because that comma is a text too, you cannot just write it like that. Make sure you keep it inside parentheses. I just want to use the word parentheses anyway. But that the parentheses, by the word parentheses, I mean keep it inside 2 apostrophe. And it must be double apostrophe. You know that we have single apostrophe like this also. You cannot use this. You cannot use this. Even though you can use this in SQL, we are not in SQL class. So you cannot use this. It has to be double apostrophe as far as Excel is concerned. Right? So I have supplied that argument. Now, what is the argument after column delimiter? Anybody should talk. Thank you.
Row delimiter.
Row delimiter. Now, one thing that you will notice in that for that argument is that argument is kept inside a kind of bracket. We call it a brass bracket. Can you see this kind of bracket? You see that all these ones are not kept in it, but this one is kept in it, this one is kept in it, this one is kept in that kind of brass bracket. Now, the rule is this in Excel. Any argument that is kept inside that brass bracket is optional. You may not supply the argument. It's not compulsory you supply it. Do you understand? It's not compulsory you supply it. So I'm not going to supply it. I'll just say close the bracket. Do you understand it? Please, it is only because the argument states that it is optional. These ones that are not optional, I dare not say that I'm not going to supply it. This text and column delimiter, it is not in that kind of bracket. That's why it is compulsory for me to supply these two. But every other one that is in that, it is not compulsory. So I don't feel like supplying it. I close the bracket. So if I say enter now, it has splitted the text. I didn't do much. I only say equals to, put the function and put the text that I want to supply and put the delimiter. That's all. So after this, I can come and drag it down. I can drag everything down. And if I drag it down, it's going to fill every other cell by itself. And you can see that everything has been filled. You can see that it has splitted everything by itself using the text split function. Any question? Any question? Please try it on your system and let me know if you have issue. Let's try it immediately. Everybody should try it.
Mine is not coming up. Mine is not responding.
Okay, it's not responding.
Yes.
Do you have text split on your system?
Sorry?
Do you have text split on your own Excel?
Yes, I do. Yes, okay. I've gotten to that point just to click on enter button.
All right.
But it's telling
Please share your screen.
Contains error.
Please share your screen. Please, I'll come back to the next person.
So this is the command that I just saw now. Okay.
Yes. All right. Enter. Press enter. The formula you enter contains error. If you do not wish to use the formula, insert a single quotation mark. Okay. Cancel it and let's start again. Your particular one. Say okay. Right. Cancel the everything and let's start again. Yeah. Equals to. Yes. Text split. What's the text? Put the text. Comma. Column delimiter. Yes. Keep it. Yes. Enter again. Okay. Are you sure you are using double apostrophe or you are typing that apostrophe 2 times?
It's double. It's the double one I'm using.
No. How did you press it? Shift and that, Abby? Did you press
no,
shift?
just one. My own keyboard comes one. Once I press the double apostrophe, comes one.
Ah.
Yes.
Okay, sir. Sorry. Hold on. Let me answer.
Are you sure? Are you sure there's no space between that B2 and comma, the first comma? It's like I'm seeing a space between them.
Between the B2 and comma. Please check it. Is there space there?
But you see it as a character. Yes.
There is space. That's the issue. Thank you.
Space.
Yeah, put 2, comma. Don't put. I'm seeing a space already.
Okay, let me.
There's space between after the.
There is no space. It's just.
Okay, hold on. How are you typing the B2? Did you select or you type B2?
It's just popped out on its own. Yeah. Okay. I think I've seen what was wrong with it now. No. Oh, let me take it again.
Okay. Select TEXTSPLIT.
Okay. So.
All right. Select the text. Go and select the text. Yes. Fine. Do comma. Just do comma.
Hey.
Go back. Backspace. Select the text. Now do comma from there.
Yeah. I've done my
I'm not
command.
sure there is a space. All right. Now do the double apostrophe. You didn't press anything 2 times, right?
Yes.
All right. Do your comma. Double apostrophe, close it. Run it now. Enter.
Still the same.
Hold on. Let me read it. The formula you enter contains error. If you do not wish to use a formula, insert a single quotation mark before you text. Okay. Change your own to single quotation. Don't use double quote again. Your own works. All right. Oh yeah. Single quotation. Yeah. Close it. No. Single. Enter. How did you achieve this single?
Okay, wait, I'm coming. There's something wrong. Comma single. I think I pressed that one twice. I think
No, you don't press anything twice. Press your apostrophe. Is it before enter, the enter key? Is that where it is?
No, it's it has a key before a key. There is a key, then another key before enter key.
Okay, there is a key, another key before enter key.
Yes.
Okay. Now, what do you have before enter?
I have semicolon.
Oh, okay. It takes it like that. Okay. Now, that key before that semicolon, the one you are using, press shift with it. Press shift with it. Is that what you get? Shift.
Okay, hold on. Sorry.
Is your keyboard? They have done some rearrangements. That's the so we need to know.
I think maybe we should just move on. I will try to get
Hold on,
it later.
please try it again. Try. Press that the shift of that column.
Okay.
The shift of that apostrophe. Shift apostrophe. Press it. I want to see what's there. Okay, this is what you have, Abi.
Yes, that is
leave
what's
this.
better.
Press comma now. Do your comma now. Right. Do it again. Do the apostrophe. Shift apostrophe again.
It's not bringing up again.
All right. Now close and enter.
Okay.
Praise the Lord. All right. So now the thing is, what you just press now is your real apostrophe, not the previous one you were pressing before. So you need to note it.
Oh.
So you can drag it down. If you drag it down, it will fill for all the other ones. Yeah, another person was saying something the other time. You can stop sharing your screen.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm the one.
Thank you, sir. All right. Any issue? You have issue as well, Abi? Is it Kemi? Or Damilola? Lizzie P. Sister Pelumi, you are the one, Abi? It seems we lost her. Sister P, are you there? Okay. While we gain our attention back.
Can you hear me, sir?
Any other? Okay, I can hear you.
I said I tried to update my Excel, so I really don't know. It's still same challenge. Maybe I need to install a new.
Wait, what's the challenge?
This
no TEXTSPLIT there, Abi. No TEXTSPLIT. So it's not update. It is to go and load another Microsoft to install the recent Microsoft. Yes, it's not update.
That, sir. All right.
Yeah, thank you. All right, so wow, I said this our 5 hours per week. All right, so this is how to split using TEXTSPLIT anyway. So unfortunately, not every one of us has TEXTSPLIT, but we are good to go. All right. Now, the third method is a technique that people do not want to take in any interview. So that's why I always put it as the last one, because if you know it, it's just fine that you know it for yourself, right? So that it makes the work faster. Me, I don't use text to column wizard, except if I need to teach it. I don't use TEXTSPLIT. I use that flash view because it's a cheat. So I'm going to clear everything now, right? I'm going to clear everything now, right? And we're going to do the third one, which is flash fill. Flash fill is a cheat, and you will see how we'll do it. It's a cheat. It's as fast as anything. The shortcut for flash fill is Control E. In Excel, anywhere you see Control E, the meaning is flash fill, and they used to call it cheat, Excel cheat. It doesn't only work for splitting, it works for so many other things. And look at it. This is what we want to split, Abi. Just come here, just write listen. Listen. That's the first word, Abi. Click out and click it again and press Control E. What do you notice?
Wizard.
Can you see?
Yes.
So come here, write the first one, Timothy. Click out and click it again and press Control E. It has splitted it. Any question? Somebody say do it again. Go do it again. Perfect. Control E down. So I cancel everything. So just write listen, click out, click it again, and do Control E. It has taken all the first name. Come here, write Timothy. What's this one? Write Timothy. Click out and click it again and do Control E. Has done it. Now, this is how flash fill work. The flash fill will just study the trend and repeat it. I'm going to do Control. Look at it. If I come here and I just say SON, look at me, look at everybody. If I just say SON, you will notice that SON is also here, right? I have SON is as the fourth, the fifth, and the sixth. If I do it, I click out and I come back to click it and I say Control E. It will do the same thing it will count. That SON is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's from the fifth alphabet. So it will count the same thing from the fifth alphabet and write the rest. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You understand? So how flash fill work is that it just scan the existing data, the data you want to relate it with, it scan it, right? And what you tell it to do from that point that it has scanned it, like I have written the last, hold on, let me take this away. Right? I have written ALL, right? For example, ALL. If I want flash fill to do this now, it will write the first, it will just scan what I did is that I wrote the first 3 words, right? It will just look for the first 3 words of every other one and repeat it. If I come here and I just write only Y, you notice that Y is the last letter. If I say Control, if I do flash fill on it, it will just pick the last letter of everything and repeat it. You understand? Now, one of the issues with flash fill that makes most interviews do not accept it, and it is not totally healthy for anybody who is going to be using it for himself also, is that it always fails. It fails sometimes. For example, now, it works here, it doesn't work here. It works here, it works here, it doesn't work here. And you cannot control where it will work and where it will not work. You understand? That is why it is not totally acceptable to use it, because of those areas where it fails. And that's why we have other options that you can use. Text to column wizard is what most interviewer will always prefer you to use, even more than TEXTSPLIT. And the reason for not taking TEXTSPLIT is because you will not see it some old version Excel. That's why. But then you need to understand the text to column wizard very well. I hope we understand the flash fill.
Perfect. Perfect.
Any questions so far on data separation? Any question on data separation? If nobody is asking any question, I'm going to move to the next. We are likely to stop here for today, which is data join. Data join is the direct opposite of data separation. In data separation, we separate data. In data join, we join the data together, right? Now you will see that this Mark, Baker, and T, they are someone's name. His first name, his last name, and the initial splitted across several columns. But we want to bring it together in just one. We want to bring it together in just one. Where is it? Yes, I want to bring it together in just one column, right? So that is data join. We want to join data together. Now, don't forget that we said we had three techniques to separate data. In the case of data join, we have 4 techniques to join data. 4 techniques to join data. And you can see that flash fill is automatically one of it, right? And I'm going to start with it because it's the cheat. Let's do it and let it go. Before we now talk about the other 3, ampersand, concatenate, and TEXTJOIN. Ampersand, so 4 of them: flash fill, ampersand, concatenate, and TEXTJOIN. Now, don't forget how flash fill works. Is the magic. What are the first words? What are the 3 words? Mark. What is the, just write the way you want it to look like. Mark, Baker, and T. The way you want it to look like. Click out, click in, and do Control E. It will join everything together. You have joined everything together. Very simple. Don't forget, it is a sheet. Examiner will not take it. Interviewers mostly say we don't want it. But for your personal use, it's good. So that is flash fill. Very simple. Just write it the way you want it to be. Even if you don't want to put the 3rd one, just write Mark and Baker only. Mark and Baker. Click out, click it, and say Control E. It will pick the only thing. It will pick the only thing that you want to get. No stress. You understand? Even if it is I'm coming. Sorry. Just want to get rid of all the ZZ that is showing on the screen. All right. So even if it is from the word on this row now, if I just need ma, comma, bake. So far, it looks like what is available there. You can see ma, bake. If I come here, click out, and say Control E, it's going to provide every other one, to look like it. MA, now it pick SH for this one. Bake, BAK, it picks HAN. You understand? That's how flash fill work, right? I hope you understand that. Even if I want to say that I'm going to pick the delimiter to be comma, delimiter is not real specified. I say Mark, comma, Baker, and I click out and I click in. I say Control E. It's going to do the same thing for all of them. Shayla, comma, Ansi, Marilyn, comma, Fia, Mark, comma, Morris. That is how flash fill work, right? That is for flash fill. Let me put it, comma. Let's put it to all of them that we actually want to achieve. Mark, Baker, T. Click out, click in, say Control E, and that's it. All right. The second technique is called ampersand. Ampersand. And I'm going to ask a question. What's the meaning of ampersand? It's a question that I want to brag before somebody answer. Nobody knows it, except to go and quickly go and check Google or go and check ChatGPT. Nobody knows it. So if you know that you will not check ChatGPT and you want to tell me what ampersand means, please tell me. Anybody can answer. Does anybody want to talk? So nobody is confident to say anything. All right. Nobody knows it. Look at this sign on the screen, on my screen. What's the name of this sign? Anybody can talk. What's the name of this sign? This sign. Yes, that is what you've been calling it. That is not an. That sign is called ampersand.
Wow.
That sign. Check your dictionary. Type ampersand on Google. It is because people are willing to finish the complete word. That's why they are using hand. The real meaning of that sign is ampersand. People don't know. We are so much used to using and to the point that we do not know that the actual meaning is ampersand. Please, everybody, check your Google or put it on ChatGPT. Please, somebody should read out the meaning, what you see on Google for me. Let's read. Let everybody learn together in the class. If you are there, please read.
The ampersand is a symbol used to represent the word and.
Thank you.
It comes. Is it okay?
Yeah, continue. You can continue.
It comes from a stylized version of the Latin word.
Thank you.
Which also means and.
You understand? So it is because the and, the symbol itself is called ampersand, just like we have alpha and beta, right? If you need to spell alpha now, you now spell it in full, A-L-F-A. But if they say alpha, people will not bother to spell alpha in full. They will just write that, that sign, alpha, for people that use it a lot in mathematics, right? Theta, in angle, that theta. If they say write theta, nobody will go and spell T-H-E-T-A as theta. They will just write that sign, theta. That's the same way it is. So that symbol is called and. You understand? That symbol is called and. It's called ampersand, not and. But then we are used to using and, so no problem. So I need to make that on that clarification so that you'll be able to use it very well here. So now, ampersand, using ampersand to join text together here is no big deal at all. I'm just going to say this and this and this. That's all. I'm just going to say Mark and Baker and the initial. But it is a formula. It is not a function. Don't forget I have explained what function means. It is a formula. So because it's a formula, I'm still going to start with equals to. Then I will say Mark and that is the ampersand. And Baker ampersand T. This is it. So I have joined the text together. If I say enter, please pay attention to the screen here. I have written it like this for a reason. You will see what it will give us. I say enter. Can you see what it's giving us? What is the issue?
There is no
what
space.
it's giving us? There is no space. But it doesn't
names.
mean that what we have written is wrong. We have joined the text together. The question says join the text together. So ampersand, which is and, what you commonly call it, is what we have used to join together. Now the issue is that we didn't put space. You understand? So now look at what I'm going to write now. We have acknowledged that we want to put space. So I'm going to say this, right? I'm going to say equals to this, right? And now the next word is supposed to be Baker. But if I continue like that, it means space will not be there. So I have to come and put the space, which is a delimiter. Do you understand it now? So what I did before, I said my first word is Mark, my second word is Baker, and that's why I have this. But this time around, my second word is not baker. My second word is the space that I'm supposed to put. You understand? So I'm just going to say equals to mark, right? I'll put my second word, which is now space. Sorry, and space. But the space is a string, a text that we talked about the other time. You cannot just write it. You have to keep it inside double apostrophe. So before writing the space, I'll first of all say double apostrophe space double apostrophe. Now I've written the second word. I will now say and the third word and double apostrophe space double apostrophe and the fourth word. And if I say enter, it gives me the answer. Something is confusing somebody. Do you want to go through it? Any question?
Please come again.
Thank you. I know I have to come again. Okay. The simple thing we are doing is that we are joining it together, right? And it has no stress. If we are just going to be joining like this, we are joining this and this and this. That's what we are doing. You understand? We have done the answer. But we are joined without space, right? So it means that we need to put space between, this is Mark, this A2 is Mark, right? And this B2 is Baker. So between this and that B2 and that Baker, we need to put space. You understand? Now, the space is the delimiter. If the delimiter is a comma, for example, I'll just put comma. You understand? Or now that it is a space, I'm supposed to just put space. But that space in Excel, you are writing it in form of in the midst of an argument. You cannot write it alone because it's a string or it's a text. If you write it alone, Excel will not respond to you. So Excel requires that you keep it inside double apostrophe. So we are going to keep our space inside double apostrophe. So this is the space in between. This is the space in between. This is the space here. This is space. You can see. So I'm only keeping it inside double apostrophe. Do you understand it now? So I've written mark and space. And so there will now be another and here. And then Baker. And another space. And initial T. Enter. So I will cancel and write again. Equals to mark and space, but that space must be kept inside double apostrophe. Right? Then and the Baker, right? And the double the space. Right? And the initial. And that marks the end. Somebody is still confused. Please try it on your system. Please try it on your system. Let me know if you have any issue.
Yeah, it worked. It worked. I'm good.
But more than it working, please go through that line. Do you understand the reason why we have done it the way? Please make sure you understand what we actually do, what we did. Because that's what we need. If you just replicate what I've done on the screen, it will work, obviously. But you need to understand what is there. The reason why we have to put and so many times, the reason why we are putting apostrophe, I hope you understand the principle guiding them. Right? Yes, somebody write something on the Lizzie Pelumi. Ampersand. I'm saying these okay, the meaning of ampersand, thank you. the sign and standing for and yeah. Okay, that's it. So people do not really know that and means ampersand. All right. So I've taught you English.
I have a challenge, so.
All right. Please share your screen.
This particular, okay, let me do that.
Share
This
your screen,
particular
yes.
one you did, I don't know why it's not. It's giving me an error sign. Maybe I'm not doing the right thing.
Is that Sister P?
Yes.
Ooh. No, that's not Sister P's voice. I know her voice.
That's good.
All right. Where are we?
Are you still
on?
I'm having a challenge.
No. This particular one.
All right.
Hello. I think this
Yes, sir.
ampersand, the and
yes
is 4 times. We write A2 and then the double
space.
parenthesis, space, the
Yes.
double parenthesis, space, double
Yes.
parenthesis, you
Yes.
close it again.
Yes. And
that's the
the
ampersand.
baker.
The B2
Yes.
and
yes.
double parenthesis again, space,
Yes.
double parenthesis,
yes.
and C2. Then you
Thank
enter.
you.
Then
You
to bring
enter.
it out.
Yes. So let me hear you, Sister P. What's the question?
So what I'm doing, Mr. Bro Maxwell.
Yes, I'm with you.
See, look at the error I'm getting.
I'm not even seeing any error.
Look at it. There's a problem with this formula.
I'm not seeing. Are you typing anything at all? I'm not seeing what you are typing.
You cannot see my screen.
I'm seeing your screen, but you are not typing anything on it.
I clicked on this particular one, which is the second.
Your license isn't genuine. You may be a victim of serial killer. Please cancel this thing first. Cancel this get genuine office. Please cancel it. Click this X. Let it go away.
I can't see it from my hand. I don't know how you're saying that.
Wait. Are you the one sharing screen? Who is sharing screen? Who is sharing the screen?
I'm sharing my screen.
Okay, wait.
Can you see this? Can you see this particular thing?
The screen is not. Can you see? I annotate something now. Can you see what I annotate on your screen?
From your hand?
I annotated something now. Can you see it?
No, I can't see.
I don't know who owns this screen. I need to understand who owns this screen first.
But you're saying you are viewing Lizzie Pelumi's screen now. That's what you see. You are viewing
That's what it
Lizzie
says.
Pelumi's screen. Yes.
But I'm not seeing, if you are typing, doing anything on that screen, I'm not seeing anything.
Sir, can you see me type, sir? Can you see me type anything?
Please, can we see her typing anything from our own end?
No. I can't see her
typing anything.
Let me stop and
no worry. Stop sharing and share again. Yes.
Okay.
Stop sharing and share again.
Okay. Share. How about now?
All right. Yeah, cancel that X. That place where you have your cursor. Cancel it.
Not responding. I don't know why. That's by the way. Okay, let me just do this.
No, it won't go. Go and cancel.
If I don't cancel it, okay.
Some stuff are showing on your formula bar. Put the cursor, put your mouse on the formula bar and cancel it. That place where you have Advanced Excel Masterclass version 1.xlsb, all of those. Can you cancel everything? Put it there. Let's see if you can cancel it.
If I cancel it, everything would. That means I'll be starting all over again.
He's saying your license is not genuine. That's what he's saying.
But you've been using it before now. Everything you've been doing before.
Yes. Everything I've been doing, yes. Although I had to update it. Maybe that's what is giving me this challenge.
Oh,
I updated
okay.
it
Maybe
just
that's
some
why.
few minutes ago.
You know what?
Let me stop it. I can always do that.
Yeah, wait. Sister P, if you can bring the system to church in a day that will be in church, I'll correct this error for you. If it's still consistent.
No
all right,
so
you can stop sharing. Somebody else to say something. Share your screen. Okay, somebody wants to share a screen, please. Any other person have question before we move forward?
Please, I don't really know how to get this ampersand of a thing. Is it
okay,
the
ampersand? Okay, please hold on. Somebody is sharing screen. Let's attend to her. So what's the issue?
Is it after
hold on. Roger, please hold on. Okay, yes. 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 No, we are not done. Start again. Equals to. Equals to is a shift plus. Okay. Pick the first word. Yes. And put the space. But you know the space will have to be in double parentheses. And put the second word. And put the space. Then put the third word. And put the third word. All right. Enter. All right. Stop sharing, bro. Joel.
Yeah, I've gotten it now. Thank you.
That's worked. Any other person before we move? We are good to go, right? Sister P, please. If your system is not responding now, it's possible that the updates that you have done as make them cancel, because that your Excel is most likely going to be a crash version, right? So you have made Microsoft to know that you are using a crash version, a crack version. So I can fix that when we say in the church. All right. So if you make them know that it's a crack version, they don't want it. They want to buy the expensive one that is around 100 and something thousand there. And there are minimal number of people that use that. So the third type, the third technique to join data in Excel is called concatenate, right? Now the concatenate and the text join are both function, right? Actually, text join is the opposite of text split that we use when we're splitting the data, but then we are not there yet. So the concatenate is a function. And I told you, anytime you're using a function, it's simple. Just put equals to and put that keyword. Then Excel will now be asking you a question and you'll be responding to the question. So let's do it. Equals to, write concatenate. Make sure you spell it well. You can see it is there. Use tab key to call out the argument. And you can see that it's already asking us the argument. It's asking us the question. The first argument is text 1. What is the first text that you want to join together? It is mark, right? You use comma to go to the next argument, comma. It has asked us the next question. What is the text 2, right? Please pay attention to how I'm doing it too. It asks us what's the text 2. The text 2 is Baker, comma, and it asks us what is the text 3. Text 3 is. Now, if you say comma, it will ask you text 4. That is if you have more text that you want to join together. But of course, there are just 3 of them. So I'm going to stop here and I'm going to close the brackets. And I say enter. What can you see? Somebody should talk. What can you see, please?
There's no space in between them.
There is no space. Thank you. So I'm going to revisit that process and do it again. Equals to concatenate, right? And I call it out. Now it asks me the first argument, text 1, and I put the text 1, and I say comma. Now, what is my text 2? My text 2 is not Baker, unlike how I wrote it the other time. The same understanding to how we did ampersand is what we are applying here. My text 2 is the space that I didn't put. You understand? That's my text 2. So I have to put the space before putting the Baker, right? So I'm going to have text 2 is my space. And because that space, I cannot just write the space. I have to keep it in double parentheses. So I'm going to write it this way. You understand? So this space is my text 2. Then I'll say comma to go to my text 3. Now this Baker becomes my text 3. Then I'll say comma to go to my text 4. The next space is my text 4. And I'll write it the same way. You understand? Then text 5. And this is my text 5. Then I'll close the bracket and I'll say enter. I hope you try it. Somebody should try it. I mean, you guys should try it, and let's see if anybody has it. Is it working?
No.
Yes.
Okay, we have a yes, we have a no, we have 2 yeses. All right. The person who said no, can you share a screen? Let's see what happened. Brother Larry, please share a screen. All right. Concatenate, put the text one equals to concatenate. Comma. Now you know now that your text 2 is not Baker. Yet your text 2 will have to be the text. And you have to be the space, right? Yeah. Then comma to go to the next. Yes. Then what's your text 3 now will now be your Baker. Your Baker. Thank you. Comma. Your next text is now the space again. And you know how to write the space, right? Thank you. Your next text will now be the initial. And that should be all. So you close the brackets and we move. And see, it's as simple as ABC. Any other person having issue, please, you can stop sharing. Thank you. Are we good to go? No one is having issue again, Abby? Okay. So I take it to be that we are good to go. No one is having issue again, right? And I'm really, it's 10 already, right? So please let me just deal with the last one so that we don't come back to data separation in the next class. All right. So TEXTJOIN is also a function. Hey, they've taken our lights so that we don't have. So all right. So TEXTJOIN is a function just like the concatenate, right? So I'm just going to say equals to TEXTJOIN. Sorry, it's not TEXTJOIN. No, it's not TEXTJOIN. Don't mind what I've written here. It's TEXTJOIN. Let me quickly correct that. TEXTJOIN. All right. So I'm going to say equals to TEXTJOIN, no space, TEXTJOIN, and I'll call it out. And in this one, is the argument start with delimiter. It's saying that first of all, tell us the delimiter, right? First of all, tell us the delimiter within that you want to put within the word, right? Your delimiter can be a space, can be a comma, but we've been using space, right? So I'm just going to put the delimiter. That's the space, and you know the rule. I can't just write the space. I have to keep it into the double parenthesis or double apostrophe, as I like to call it. So I'm going to say this and this. That is the first argument. And I'm going to say comma to go to the next argument. Now, the next argument is asking us a question that every other thing we've been doing before have not been asking us. It's asking us, ignore empty. Should I ignore empty? That is, among all these cells, among all this data, if you have empty cell, should I ignore it or should I not ignore it? You are free to pick anything, right? Whether you ignore it or you didn't ignore it, it will actually give you the same answer. But just make sure that you pick something, right? If you double click on true, it means you are picking ignore empty cell. If you double click on false, it means you are saying include empty cell. So you can come here to double click it, or you can go there to just write the true in word, right? But I'm just going to double click it and I have true. Now, note that this particular true, I am not keeping it, even though it's a text, I am not keeping it inside the double apostrophe because it is a term that already exists in Excel. It is Excel that is asking me. It is not, I am not the one who actually write it, unlike the space now. Space is not bringing space as an option for me. So I'm not wanting to create that space. That's why it's a text. I have to keep it inside the double apostrophe. But in the case of this one, it gives it to me as an option. I only double clicked. That's why the true is not kept in that double parenthesis or double apostrophe. You understand? And I will just say comma. Now, in the case of this, I don't need to be putting and. Once you ask me that text one, just pick the text one, say comma, just pick the second text like that, comma, and pick the third text because we already specified that the delimiter is a space here. So nothing is going to disturb anything again. If I come here to say enter, it works easily. Do we understand it?
No, sir.
Yes, it's very direct. Say equals to, put the keyword, and then the first question, the first argument it brings to you is that what is the delimiter? Specify your delimiter. The other one did not require you to specify the delimiter at the beginning. It's asking about the delimiter in the midst of the argument, right? And that's why you have to write and specify the delimiter and all of that. But this one is asking you, tell me the delimiter at the beginning. Let me know first. You understand? So that's why we have the delimiter. And once we have done all of that, we can go ahead to select to write all the words that you want to join together. It will just do it seamlessly. And that's how to use the text join, right? All these things we are talking about, they are just things that we need to clean data. If the data we are getting from the database that we are getting them out for analysis are not arranged in the order that our analysis require, that we arrange them so that we'll know what to do. We'll know whether we need to split some data, and if we need to split some data, we'll know what to do to split them, right? If it is to join and some other things that we are still going to do before we finally get into analysis, the real data analysis, right? The real analysis is done inside a functionality in Excel that is called pivot table. That's what we are still going to, right? But before we get to pivot table, there are so many things that we need to get, we need to understand that we need to clean our data, right? Don't forget, the key activity is to analyze data. And before you analyze data, you would have first of all get the data. That's the first process. Then if you get the data is not guaranteed to be fit for analysis, right? And if the data is not fit for analysis, don't dare go ahead to analyze it. So you must clean it. And that's why we are doing all of this. All this that we are doing, even though it is helping you to understand Excel, to have a depth of understanding of Excel, is actually to be able to clean our data when they need be. So they are all processes that are required for data cleaning. So we are still working on that process, that second data analytics process, which is data cleaning. That is all we are still working around. Before we now go to the third process, which is data analysis itself, data exploration, analysis, modeling, and all of that, right? So I hope we understand that. Have you tried the TEXTJOIN? Does it work? Do we have any issue? It's not working.
Can you go to it one more time, sir?
All right, it's as simple as ABC. is a function, and I said if any function is simple, start with equals to, put the keyword text join, put the keyword text join, right? Call out the arguments. What's the first argument? Delimiter, right? The delimiter here, delimiter is asking what's the space that you want to put between the two words that you want to join together. What's the space that what is the separator that you want to put between them? And we want to use a space as a delimiter, right? As a separator. But that space is a text. I cannot write it directly like that. I have to keep it inside the double apostrophe. So I do that first. You understand? Then I go to the next argument. It's asking me if there's an empty cell within the data set, should I ignore it or should I include it? Whichever thing you want to do, just select anyone. Anyone you select will still give you the same answer. So it's not a bone of contention. Then it's now asking, what is the text one? My text one is Mark. What is the text two? My text two is Baker. What is the text three? My text three is the initial, right? And I'm going to close the bracket. Closing the bracket at the end of writing the function is not compulsory. If I didn't close it, I'll still get my answer. I'm not changing anything, right? But I always advise that you close the bracket because we'll get to a place where we'll need to put like 4 or 5 brackets at the same time. And if you have not mastered the act of closing the bracket, it may give issue. By the time we get to some complex functions like count if function, nested functions, and all of that, right? So we need to understand why we need to put that, especially when we get to index match function, that we need to put plenty brackets, brackets close. All right. Joel, have you tried again?
I'm on it, sir.
All right, sir. Please share your screen. Is there another person that is not actually getting it?
I don't have text join.
Maybe you don't have text join. Yes, you don't have text join. I said text join is the opposite of text split. So if you don't have text split, you will not have text join. Yeah. Are you sharing your screen?
I am, sir.
So we're going to stop here for today. All right. It is not giving you the argument, Abby. Is it asking you the question?
Okay.
Edward.
It's not giving me. If I click, it's not coming up.
Okay. Click it. All right, comma. Click there. Cancel it. Start again. Equals to text join. Text join. Right. Okay. No, something is actually wrong with what you are writing. I'm trying to identify what is wrong. Did you
that text?
Wait, did you do the text split? The text split, did you do it? Are you there?
Probably I'm not getting it.
I think
I'm here. I'm not getting it then.
Yeah, I think your Excel did not have text join.
Exactly, it doesn't have text join. It's not even prompting him when
he's not prompting it out.
Yeah, it should have.
So your Excel does not have text join. Yeah. So you are just writing the other thing. So don't worry. The version of Excel you're using does not have text join. That is from less than 2019. All right.
I'm saying, okay. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Any other person have a question? I wish we stop around there. If there's no question, please, if you have a question, we'll wait to answer the question. Okay. So can we confirm that there is no question from anybody? I didn't get a response, but I take it to be that there's no question. But if there's any question, please drop it on the general group chat so that all of us can see the question together and we can answer it. And when we answer it, we can also see the answer together, right? Like I said, we're going to close here. And the essence of doing all of this is nothing more than to understand data cleaning. Data cleaning is simple. Data cleaning just means that apply every understanding you know about Excel to achieve what? To position the data set in the right actual pattern that it should be. And then if it has to do with applying all the Excel understanding that you know, it means that you actually need to have some understanding about Excel. You understand? So we cannot just jump to come and analyzing data without knowing how to do some basic things. So I understand that there are so many of us that have been using Excel before now and have, knows how to do some of these things. However, I'll still also believe that if you are not doing data analytics before now and you use Excel, you will see so many things, many, not even few, you see so many things that you probably are not very familiar with, and they exist on Excel, right? So it's just an avenue to learn new things.
You're very correct, sir.
Yeah, so it's just an avenue to add to the lots of things that we know about Excel, right? Yeah, I hope we have a class that is not too boring today also. So on that note, and in the absence of any question, let us call it a day. We'll meet on I'll drop a task that can keep us busy, right? Till we meet on Thursday. I'll drop it on the chat for us, right? And please, I'll drop it latest tomorrow morning, please, so that we can work fast. You can say that we are always rushing, there's no time. Please do it and let's submit before class. Let's submit on Thursday morning. Anything before 12 on Thursday, please let us submit it. Let us drop it on our chat, on the group chat. Let's just drop it there when I've sent it, so that I will take time to check it, to go through it, and point out. I will just come to class to point out corrections for the people that probably have correction, and will not spend too much of time in correcting it. We can go to the next thing that we need to do. I hope that is clear. All right, thank you very much for your time in the class today. On this note, you can call it a day. Good night, sir.
Thank
you.
Good night,
Thank
you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
God bless you abundantly.
Good night, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. God bless
Good
you.
night, everyone.
Good night,
That's
everyone.
it, sir.
Good night.
Thank you, bro.